How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Journey Punks. That's right. This is episode 2 of our first campaign. Thank you for joining us. Chat, I see we have about 10 viewers at the moment, so thank you so much for showing up. And thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Real quick, if you want to help us out, how do we sound? Can we all kind of do a quick test 1, 2, 3? Like, hey, this is DM Dash. Say your name, say your player name, your character name, so we can get some levels. And then chat, let us know how we sound. Also, there's background music. If it's too loud or if it's too quiet, let us know. So, yeah, say some stuff, everybody.
Azuki!
Wing it here, playing Kelp tonight.
Donegal Sam. Wizard dwarf. Warped wizard. A warped wizard.
Yes.
You got it. And last but not least,
and Jurassic Jaws, here is Lord Alistair Huxley. You can call me Hux.
very nice. Hey chat, how do we sound? How do we sound with the music? How do we sound individually? Go ahead and just type in chat and tell us that we sound great or tell us that we sound bad, and I'll make the quick adjustments. In the meantime, how is everybody doing today? Yeah. Everybody doing well? Good? Yeah. Ups and downs?
Not bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It was a Monday. It wasn't a no Monday.
Was it a no Monday? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I enjoyed the weather. It was warm.
Yeah, it was weather. It was good, warm weather. Sounds good in Wisconsin. Thank you so much, Nevaeh Fox. We really appreciate that. So, before we start, and again, this is episode 2 of our campaign, before we get into the game, the adventure, first I'm going to turn off Discord so it doesn't bother me. Quitting Discord, not that it bothers me, it brings happiness to my life, but the pings while DMing wouldn't be good. So, as I think I mentioned during J-Punk Junk that we did last week with Mr. J here, and we talked about the first episode, was that we have a cool announcement to announce, which is that we have a new partner, and I'm going to show the logo here in the bottom left-hand corner where the logo is. The logo's going away, and the logo for our new partner is right there, Green Fox Woodworking. Green Fox Woodworking is an awesome company. They're run by a great couple, and they make something that we love, which are dice trays. That's right. They make excellent TTRPG dice trays. We see me and Azuki, me and Kuhnoodle and Jay all have some dice trays. Sorry, Winged and Jurassic Jaws, yours are on your way. You will have some very soon. But if you want to up your gaming experience with tabletop role-playing games, check out Green Fox Woodworking. And they do different types of material, different types of wood, different types of engraving. I have like a dice sword on mine on both sides. Very cool. I love the feel of it. Very smooth, very just great craftsmanship. I love the little rubber stoppers, the little rubber feet. Makes it great, and I don't feel like I'm gonna mess up my desk or mess up the dice tray. Just a great item here, and not to bash any other companies, but definitely a great price. And speaking of price, if you go to their website, greenfoxwoodworking.com, you can type in this promo code, which is JourneyPunks. You could take 15% discount on standard dice trays with the promo code JourneyPunks. Right there in the bottom left hand of the screen, all caps, one word, JourneyPunks. So when I say standard dice trays, what I mean is like if you go and check out like the redwood's a little more expensive. It's not considered like a standard dice tray. That wouldn't be discounted, but yeah, the standard ones, 15% discount. Type in Journey Punks, tell them we sent you, tell them hello, tell them thank you. They're excellent people. They make excellent stuff, and they are big fans of gaming. They love gaming, and I think they're here watching the show tonight too. So go ahead and say hi and get to know them. Anyway.
They also smell good.
Yes, yes, they do smell good. They smell really good. So good smelling dice trays. So check out Green Fox Woodworking. We are a proud partner of theirs, and we hope we make them proud too. Anyway.
On break, I want you to describe what they smell like to me, please.
New car.
And Jay, you just got a new car, so you would know. So, yeah.
Don't smell like these. Mine's a 2016.
It smells great. Yeah. Well, I guess 2016 is sort of new. Anyway.
New to me, just like reruns of Mad About You.
Great. Yeah. Or Lost. Wait, that's older. Anyway, so with that, is everybody ready to dive back in Eberron?
Yes.
Never left.
There
Let's
you go.
do it.
Never left.
Never left.
Great. Okay. Let me just double check something. Okay, we're good to go. All right. So before we dive in, for anybody that's new, and for all of us, since it's been a couple weeks, I'm gonna read just a quick summary on what we experienced together. So, as I mentioned before, we are in Eberron, which specifically we are in the continent of Corvair. I'm going to put the map on the screen here. Right there, Corvair. As folks can see at home, you can see that the players started in the country of Karnath, which is a country sort of in the right side, like the northeast middle of Corvair. Karnath is known for a lot of humans and a lot of undead, and everybody started out in Irontown, which is a town that's just more on that red road right there towards the mountains to the northeast. And yeah, they got into an airship, and they are on their way to Arcanix, which is towards the left, basically left side of the map, which will be west. And Arcanix is basically the Hogwarts of Corvair. They are considered the top magic school in all of, at least Corvair. We'll see about Eberron itself. And for those of you who don't know, Eberron is basically, it's the planet that everybody is on. Like Earth, this is Eberron. So, as where we were last time, in Irontown, a town in the nation of Karnath in the mid-north region of the continent of Corvair, Donegal Sam was approached by a mysterious patron, a changeling messenger, not our changeling Hux, but a changeling messenger who claimed their name was Bolt, B-O-L-T, to deliver a package that was a sealed Arcanix dissertation to the headmaster, Miss Lavishan, also known as Headmaster Professor Bridget Lavishan. Donegal Sam knows of the headmaster and refused Bolt's offer. He's like, hell no. But then promised Donegal Sam and 3 of his friends to journey to Arcanix on a Lyrandar airship, which is basically like a yacht. It's like, you know, a Rockefeller yacht. It's just like super fancy. All expenses paid from Irontown in the nation of Karnath to Arcanix in Ondair. Ondair is the country that Arcanix is in. Bolt promised that the reward would be tremendous and there could be a long-lost love waiting for him at Arcanix. And Donegal Sam knows exactly who they're referencing. Donegal Sam talked to his friends, Azuki, Kelp, and Hux, and promised them a share in profits, all greater than his, and a free ride on a Lyrandar airship. This all intrigued them enough to not ask too many questions, at least that were vocal. Donegal, Azuki, Kelp, and Hux are now all high in the sky above Karnath in a Lyrandar airship. They currently are all near the top deck, gazing at the This is the beginning of the episode. They were all gazing at the cumulus clouds around them, drinking, having fun. But then a gang of barbarians came and just messed stuff up. And this also was around the time that they met a new Warforged friend, which was named Ronald, with the given name, though, which was Nightbot, but he prefers Ronald. So, they end up getting into a scuffle with the barbarians, but luckily they came out on top. But not as graceful as, one would say, but that's okay. For instance, Hux almost died twice. That's okay, though. He did it with style.
We were just hanging out, having some fun. Donegal needed cheering.
He was literally hanging off the bow of the boat. But then Kelp and Zuki saved him by reaching out with Kelp's trident, launching him back onto the deck of the boat of the airship. And he took a major injury though, but luckily was able to recover after a long rest later that night. And and then they also met a barbarian named Blue, in which Donegal Sam made just really good acquaintance with, and probably would have ended up being friends. But what happened was that Ronald came back, and know that when Ronald and Sam's really good. Donegal Sam's really good at making friends. He also made really good friends with this Warforged, which, in case you don't know, a Warforged basically is a magic robot. And Ronald really likes Sam. And Ronald came in the middle of the battle, picked up Blue, in which he was put to sleep by a sleeping spell by the group, and he was literally thrown off the ship from high in the sky, just tossed. And he told told Sam that he couldn't trust him, and then he just went back to his sleeping quarters in the cabins below. So that was sweet yet terrifying.
That was when he earned my respect, that Ronald.
Exactly.
I still don't have that.
So while they're on the deck, the group also enjoyed some music. They played some music too. That was before the barbarian fight, but yeah, around that time, they enjoyed playing some music for a little bit. And then after the battle was over, the four adventurers went their separate ways for a short while. Hux went to bed to get a long rest to recover from his injuries. Azuki and Kelp went to the airship's main tavern for food and drinks. Sam went to talk to Ronald in his room in the lower levels of the airship. Ronald warned Sam of other threats, including the undead passengers from Karnath. And Sam regrouped with Azuki and Kelp at the airship's main tavern to fill in them with the information from Ronald. At the bar, they were at a weird dude named Captain Krusseloff Krusterson, a.k.a. Crust.
Real asshole.
Bought them a round of beers. And yes, he was an undead soldier, a war vet of the last war.
Yep.
And Crust joined their gathering at the bar, and he identified them as a group that defeated the barbarians on the deck. And Crust also told them that he fought in the last war and that he has a deep prejudice against Warforged. He asked them if they knew where the Warforged they knew Ronald was sleeping or / powering down. Kelp stated that anybody who helps us in battle is a friend, even though Blue was dishonorable. Even though Blue was sleeping. Crust stated that it was sleazy to kill someone in their sleep and that it was dishonorable, referencing Blue, and he would never do that. Kelp then kicked Crust in the undead balls and headbutted him so hard that Crust's balls went straight up into his autumn leaves intestines, and
awesome.
His head was left
That was mean.
with
Yeah,
two
that
holes.
was Suzuki.
Cruston got 2 holes in his head from Azuki's tiefling horns, and a giant crater in his forehead from just the headbutt, just the badass headbutt. And then
You
his
should
head
see
just
what
fell
she
off.
does with a watermelon.
This knocked Crust's head off, and his whole body fell to the ground. Azuki looted Crust's military clothes and paid his bar tab with the silver pieces that were in Crust's pocket. The bar then mysteriously cleared out, except for the 3 adventurers. Keep in mind, Hux is sleeping at the moment, or at least trying to get them sleep. He's actually dreaming a lot of the stuff that was happening, too, so it was a really strange experience for him, too. Anyway, so he's not in the bar right now. He's asleep in his sleeping quarters. So the 3 adventurers, we have we have Sam, we have Kelp, and we have Azuki at the bar still, and a high-class dressed man, predominantly human, possibly half-elf, with a mustache, a bald head, light skin, and walked very stylishly with a cane came in, and he confronted Azuki, Kelp, and Sam, and insisted that they show him their tickets, and their presence on this high-class Lyrandar was not, that they weren't stowaways, basically. He wanted them to prove that they were, like, they had a place there. And he also revealed that he knew at least Donegal Sam's name, and he knew that they were on their way to Arcanix, and he knew that Sam has a lovely lady waiting for him at their destination, while saying, I hope you get to see her soon. And this high-class man just glared at them, especially Sam, and he warned them that they should behave, and if they do not, that he would arrange for all of them, including their changeling friend, to be thrown off of his ship. He walks away, twirling his cane, with Sam yelling, "Hey, who are you?" The high-class man shut the tavern door without answering Sam's question. The three heroes then stayed at the tavern, contemplating what happened, and that it was just weird, and they just get, their fill of their food and drink, and this included their necessary sustenance for today. Then they all went to the rooms in the lower levels for a long rest, which was about 8 hours. So in the morning, the group went back to the tavern, the main cabin tavern, for breakfast, for the complimentary breakfast that the ship included, and it was just this grand breakfast food feast that they all indulged in, including Hux. So Hux is there too. All four of them there now too. The high-class man made an appearance again, and the heroes saw rotten pieces of elf and human flesh on his clothing. This weird, scary, high-class dude got some coffee. He sipped it, and he just threw it, just like this full cup of coffee, just threw it on the ground, on the floor, and all these servants got, scurried to clean it up, and he just glared at the hero's table, and he just, again, slammed the door and left real quick. So, that leaves us to where we are now. Specifically, Donegal Sam just ate a giant chicken biscuit that included a whole chicken inside the biscuit, and everybody's been chowing down on some great eats. So we are in the morning of day 2 of the trip. Again, it's not due for the destination to arrive at the destination at Arcanix until at least that night, which would be around our time, around like 9 or 10 o'clock, give or take weather. So you are all at the table. You all have your breakfast food that you're still eating. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves, or if you'd like to do something, let me know what you'd like to do.
I order mimosas for the table.
Thank you, Hux. I love you.
As the waiter's walking away, I say, put it on Donegal's tab. Stealthily.
Huh?
You too, buddy.
You ever just have a big meal and then all the anger that you had previously just kind of just runs away?
Food coma, yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I was just full of pent up things. Like I was anxious, and I'm sure you all saw it. I was not pleasant to be around. I was barking. Everything was happening.
Angus.
Wait, we have tabs? I've just kind of been taking stuff.
Tabs?
Yeah.
Tablatures, like for instruments, don't worry.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
so I can...
It's
I'm
on,
not a really good...
it's on him,
loot.
Kelp.
Also, I thought this was an all expenses paid trip. Why are we keeping tabs?
So
Listen.
just to be
It was the
clear,
chest.
it was the only person that's ever demanded a tab, which again still confusing, is the bartender.
Okay.
So maybe it's
Okay.
food that's included. Who knows? Maybe drinks that you have to pay for. Maybe it's just not an open bar. Who knows? But that's the only person that's
Could be a
wanted tab.
scam. Big ol' scam.
I'm not even going to think about anything until I get at least 3 mimosas in me, so.
That's the ticket.
There we go.
I find that I'm better at math after 3.
Oh, see, Zuki gets
better
it. I
at
don't know
fighting
why
after
everybody
3.
else doesn't.
There you go. Our
Yeah.
strengths.
I'm not better at anything. I just have a lot more confidence.
Well said.
Just gets me to normal.
Nice to know we're all alcoholics in this group.
Yeah. Well,
We
The
have
thing-
to be to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess it's not medieval times.
the thing about dwarf
We have tap
constitutions,
filters.
we have high constitutions. Even when I'm drunk, don't really feel it. Is the thing. It's more just like I start having like eggy burps. It's awful.
So
Feel
just
like you're drunk. You got
Remind me
eggy
not
burps.
to be by you.
Yeah.
I second that.
Just warn us when you have the achy burps.
No, it usually gets to be about like 50, 60 beers. Then it hits that.
It's a high
I
ceiling.
dare you to
Yeah.
drink 50 beers.
Right now?
I double dare you to drink 50 beers.
I think we should leave when he gets to 20, just in case.
We're gonna need a whole lot more mimosas.
So a server comes by and it's like, oh, so sorry. And he, just so you know what he looks like, he is also a dwarf. A very thin dwarf. Looks like he is on the younger side. In human years, he'd be kind of around like 20, and he's just like he's just very antsy and almost kind of like just eager to please. Like, oh, sorry. Do you want something to drink? Something more to eat, sir? Ma'am? Anybody? I'm here to help you.
Comrade. So, you're a dwarf, I'm a dwarf, makes us brothers. I just want you to know that
I was raised by tieflings, but okay, sure.
That's okay, I was raised by my sister.
Well, then you have 2 siblings here if you were raised by tieflings and you're a dwarf.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
I don't think I'm related to any of you, but I'm here if you guys want some drinks or some food.
I reach out and I say, "You are now."
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And I pat him on the
I'm not
cheek
sure
and
if
I
I'm allowed to let
wave him away.
passengers touch me. But it's very kind of you all. Can I get you all some alcoholic drinks or some food, maybe some more food?
I would like 1 alcohol.
1 alcohol, okay.
Definitely both food and alcohol for me.
Okay, food and alcohol.
I
for-
just ate like 12 bagels.
and 12 bagels, 1 alcohol and food, and 12 bagels.
Do you know the phrase "keep them coming"?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah,
I think
that's
the
easy.
whole table would like to keep them coming.
Okay, that's easy. I'll go get some help. And yes, dwarf sir.
This group, this table, wants me to get to a point where I have eggy burps.
Do you want eggs?
No, I
see,
think that would be cheating.
it's a wheat concoction. You get it, you're a dwarf. I
am a
need
dwarf.
about 50 beers. I need 6 to 7 steaks, 1 breath mint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything else is pretty easy. I'm gonna do what the. I'm sorry, sir. You're a changeling, right? You have like some white plastered on your left face, and he's looking at you, Hux, and you just seem like a changeling, maybe. I could be wrong. Anyway,
I shift and I say, "I think it's your lighting," and I fix the problem.
and he's just amazed by that. That's amazing. Okay, great. Then I'm gonna get some help. And I'm gonna keep it coming. So be right back, everybody. So he goes off.
Oh, he's not a dwarf at all. is he?
help
One other thing I should mention. I'm sure this will not come up ever. My breath becomes flammable after I have so many drinks. I'm sure that won't come up at all. I'm just letting you know.
Yes, there should be no reason for that.
0 reason why flammable.
I
This is
think-
not foreshadowing at all.
If you can make flammable breath, I can control the flames
That
with
is
my
true.
Yeah,
thaumaturgy.
but we're gonna have a nice.
We can
trip.
make cool decorations.
cool decoration.
Okay.
Okay,
It never
Now-
hurts to have a battle strategy.
Zuki gets it.
Yeah.
Zuki always gets it.
Anything with fire.
Anything with fire. Anything with eggy breaths.
I'm sorry.
Sam, do all dwarves, like, are they all similar? Do they all have like flammable burps when they're all wasted?
Well, I guess the ones that aren't raised by tieflings.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just something you kind of have to practice, kind of like swinging a hammer.
I'm just a little skeptical. You know, I'm a little cynical, so I'm gonna have to see that in action before I actually believe it.
Again, we're on a nice trip. We're gonna do some decorating. We're gonna just hang out.
Who's decorating? Leave that to the designers of the ship. What are you?
Zuki. Zuki was talking about decorating with my eggy breaths.
Oh,
yeah.
So the little dwarf server dude comes by. He comes around with a couple of human helpers, and they have a ton of plates, or just like each one has like big saucers full of food, and they have to like put down another human had to put down like one of those like table holders, and they use another table to like put all the food down, and then just start bringing out all these different beers, all these different steaks, bagels. Some have macaroni and cheese. Other things, other plates include just big piles of toasted rice. And then there's a couple other bowls full of noodles and broth. Looks like there's a lot of like just grilled meat inside of it, as well as veggies. And then he also passes around shots for you all. One special shot, including all the beers that he brought. And he gets a shot for himself, and he looks at you all, and he says, you know, even though it's real early in the morning, and it's so early I haven't even eaten my breakfast yet, but all of you have made me feel like family, and I just want to tell you all how grateful I am. And these shots, usually you would have to pay extra for them, but they're on me, and I want you to all take this shot with me.
Ooh.
So, will you all join me?
Kelp like grabs her glass and sniffs it, and then leans over to Zuki and goes, "Wow, we're really good at getting free shots."
Just like nudge you, like.
So, okay, I'm gonna say this is the toast to that family are the people that you choose to be family.
Aww, little buddy.
Cheers.
Don't know what could have inspired that.
Okay, watch him take his first. And then
It was you, dwarf sir. It was you.
Dwarf sir.
If you wanted me to say it, I'll say it. It was you that ignited.
You're my dwarf sir.
Wow, I gotta get back to work. Enjoy.
You're my dwarf soul.
So he heads out to the back of the kitchen again with his helpers. And now you guys have more food and lots of alcohol, lots of beers around you. So enjoy. Describe it. Say how good or bad it is.
All right, Sam, you're on the clock. Get to drinking, buddy.
Hey,
That's right. You
I ain't got all day.
I'm also a foodie, and I love the taste.
do we have the curly straws again?
The curly
I like
straws.
curly
If you order them, there was no curly straws, unfortunately, but you know
I
they
like
have
the
them.
curly
So
straw.
next time you see a
Yes.
server, totally request that.
Do you think that the server
I will
will
do that.
make us like custom designs in the swirly straws?
Like make brand new straws for this morning.
Yeah,
I mean, you can request it
All
next
right.
time the young dwarf comes by.
Okay.
So doesn't Sam has a large debt of alcohol to drink right now, right?
I have a debt of alcohol, yeah.
Kelp is just like sitting back, sipping on her mimosa, and like she grabs one of those large bowls of like broth and noodles with vegetables, and she's just like kind of going to town on like the kombu and the other type of like seaweed vegetables that are in there. And she's nodding her head. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Azuki decides to not use her like utensils and just kind of like eats like
Like
a dog.
Like a dog.
I like to her noodles. It just seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
Very nice. Excellent. Hux, how's your food?
It's food.
Wow. Wow.
Changelings are. It's food. It's nourishment. It's fine. Mimosas are good.
Okay, my steak is good. It's got a nice garlic twinge to it. It has a nice salted, and there's also like a hint of orange with like an orange finish to it. Very nice touch. It has a zest on it, and there's a whole orange dunked into one of my beers. They call that a mimosa. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. That's a mimosa, a whole orange. I'm now on my fourth one.
Excellent. Okay. Well, you all enjoy your feast and all of your drinks. Do you drink all of the drinks? So keep them. Okay. So the amount.
Well, if I get my swirly,
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say if I had my swirly straw, I'm just like kind of sipping.
Okay, so you wait until the young dwarf server comes by. He walks by. And he's like, how is everything? Can I get you anything else by chance?
Yes, sir. Is there any way that I could also get a swirly straw, but you could make the swirly straw say, like, my ass?
Ooh.
Like on the straw itself? Like very
No,
small
like,
print?
like twisted into, like,
Oh.
cursive. It just says my ass.
Like a crazy, like the way a clown would make a sword balloon. But
Yes,
a clown
I'm
would
just...
make a balloon that says my ass, but that balloon is a straw.
Yes, I just really want a souvenir from this trip, and I haven't found the gift shop yet. So.
Okay. Well, you know what? One of our cooks, that's also in charge of all of our silverware and all the drinking utensils. He also does magic. So I'll see what he can do. And if not, would you settle for a purple crazy straw? No?
I guess.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll try as hard as I can to get the my ass straw.
Okay,
anybody else
thank
got
you.
Love
anything?
magic. I'm on beer 20.
Wow.
In orange 17. I lost 3.
It is.
I'm on steak 4. Steak 4.
I think it's.
I hear cats.
I don't think people eat brunch this early. That's a lot. Okay, not judging. That's awesome, Mr. Dwarf.
I'm gonna get up. You're not gonna go anywhere. Okay?
But I have to
I
get
don't
the
feel
my
a
ass
thing.
straw.
I don't feel a thing. I'm just gonna get up, and you're gonna hang out too.
But
You're
what
my
about,
dwarf.
But what about your shifter friend's my ass straw?
I really
Shifter.
would like...
Yes, your shifter
Yes.
friend. I could see the slight horse mane coming from the back of her head.
I don't know, man. It's 9 a.m.
I know. That's okay. You know what? You like to live life, Mr. Dwarf. You love to live life early in the morning. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'll come back
I
for you,
do.
Mr. Dwarf. I'm gonna go get that my ass straw real quick.
I wish you would join us.
I'll bring some extra my ass straws if I'm able to get them made. So I'll
Okay,
be
and I'm
right
gonna
back.
go let the cat out, if you know what I mean.
Don't know what you mean, but okay, do that. So,
1 second.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, sure. Oh, actually, let the cat out. So, the young server dwarf goes back to the kitchen to try to conjure up some my ass straws, and and then he's back within about 5 minutes, and he comes out with a couple of just regular crazy straws, assorted colors: blue, yellow, red, gold. There's a gold one, and he does come out with one that is a just a bright green crazy straw, and it does look like it sort of says my ass, but the S's look like 5s, so it looks like A55 when it says my ass. So he gives it to you. Really, you just see how much hope is in his eyes, hoping he'll please you, Kelp. So he hands it over. He goes, "Here you go, miss. We did the best that we could with the magic that we had in the kitchen. Please accept this my ass straw."
she like grabs it and she's like inspecting it, and then she holds up a piece of paper because she's been doodling what she thinks the straw would look like, and there it is, and she's looking at it and she's like, okay,
I didn't
this
know you were
works.
cursive.
It's okay, I'll take this ass straw.
The S's look like 5s. I know, you can say it.
It's fine, it's just censored.
Well, I hope you have a good time with that straw.
Thank you.
I think
Is she giving you a hard time?
No, I just failed her. It's not her fault.
Hey, you didn't fail anyone, man. You did the best.
Well, I mean, arguably, he's not wrong.
Hey.
I'm just a realist.
I need to be better.
Just a realist.
I need to
Well, that might be a bit harsh. You're fine.
correct myself, and I need to grow up like my father says I should.
Hey.
That's probably true.
Hey. Listen, I never really had a father, but I imagine
You
that...
did.
But you yourself talked about like family earlier, and it's what you make. It's the family you choose.
Whom you choose, yes.
Yes, and so maybe at this point, yes, he is your biological father, but now maybe you're looking for a logical father and a logical family that's not a biological family.
Minus the bio.
Minus the bio, exactly. So you're finding yourself, you're finding your people, and maybe your dad. We can tune him out now.
Okay, I think you're right. That's
I
great.
think so
Hey,
too. Yeah.
my name is Jackie. It's
Hey,
nice
Jackie,
to
I'm
meet you.
Sam.
What's your name?
Hey, Jackie, I'm Sam.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Very good. I'm on 40 beers right now.
All you hear from Kelp is just the loud slurping sound that comes from drinking through a really long straw. And she's just watching this conversation, this conflict that she created while just downing more mimosas through my ass straw. But she's like got it angled in a way that it doesn't say my ass anymore because it's backwards. It just says like same.
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 Donegal same.
Excellent. So, Jackie the dwarf ends up leaving the table. He goes back to the kitchen. Maybe it's
Thank
time for him to
God.
shift. Who knows? He looks like he's trying to wrap up for at least to go do something else anyway. Meanwhile, you
He
ended
seemed needy.
He was very.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem like he was treated very well earlier in life.
Well,
So he goes back to the kitchen, and all of a sudden, everybody starts to feel this like sudden shift, like the whole ship is just like taking a sharp turn to the left, just, and you can feel like whoa, just like you guys are like you have to hold on to your tables, like oh shit. Like, what is going on? And it's just like, and the whole ship starts to tilt to the left. And now you're like holding to the right, like, oh, and you're like trying to keep like all the food and all the drinks from like spilling over the table. It's not quite all the way like this, but it's definitely shifting where you like, if you didn't like, it would just like slide off like, oh, and it's not a great feeling. And everybody in the entire like breakfast area of the tavern looks real surprised, like, oh god, what the hell is going on?
why did they turned the ship around? They're turning the ship around.
It didn't feel like it went an entire 180.
Were we cut north?
It felt like it went a very sharp 90 degrees to the left, which
We
would
just
be
avoid
to
a bunch
the
of
south.
pigeons. Yeah.
Is that a thing? Do they have problems with pigeons this high up?
You don't know.
Dirty birds.
Maybe.
Birds.
I hate
Dirty birds.
Pigeons are rats with wings.
But now the
I
ship
love other birds.
is straightening itself out again. It's not tilting anymore, and you can feel it going straight now. But there it was, a definite extreme turn, 90-degree turn to the
So
left.
we're headed north now. We were headed
South.
east.
You were heading west. You're heading from Karnak.
Oh, sorry.
Here.
We're heading
That's
west.
okay. Yeah, for everybody, so the audience can keep up. I'm gonna put the map on again. So the map, which is right here, everybody started out in Karnath, as everybody could see on the Twitch channel, and the ship was about the north middle part of the Mournland, and it was almost into Ondair. And just as you guys are basically heading into Ondair in the morning, but now you felt a huge shift to the left, which it can only be going south now. You all were going west, so
Okay.
that is not
We're
the
still
way to
above the
Arcanix.
Mournland.
I'm sorry, what?
So we're still above Mournlands.
You are now, you're not above, you're more so I'm gonna put the map up again. You're more the west of the Mournland, near the west
okay.
border of the Mournland. So
Okay.
yeah, and so now, yes, this is definitely not the way to Arcanix. So something is wrong. You can all sense. What do you do?
I feel like something's wrong.
Yes, I would second that. I didn't plan
worst-
to fly south.
Yeah, the worst thing
I
about
have no concept of direction.
Uh-oh.
Just doesn't feel right.
I don't have any concept of direction either, but I do have a concept of when things aren't going according to plan, and I feel like something just happened.
I spilled my last beer. So beer 50 is gone, and
You know things are wrong if we only get to 49.
I guess we'll never
So close.
know. We'll never know about my burps, my eggy burps.
How disappointing.
Be disappointing.
There goes our fire.
I just want to go on record and saying I was never interested in smelling that.
I just wanted to see the fire.
It's a fair point.
So you
I guess
said-
I could order another beer.
Well, before you can ask somebody about that order, you suddenly feel a jet set burst in speed from the airship. Just like a burst.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's going really fast now.
Where the
And-
fuck are we going?
And it's lasting for about a solid 5 minutes. That burst of like extreme speed. And that 5 minutes settles. And now it's going back to the normal speed again. Still in the same direction though. Still in the same direction. What do you do?
I get up. I get up and I hold onto the wall as I do so, just in case.
Yeah, Kelp is shifting around in her seat. She's looking up for Hux to find maybe someone to talk to about what's going on.
And I'm
What is-
looking around.
So Donegal is sort of scanning the room, kind of making sure everyone's okay. But also, he is like, I've already made it to 49 beers. Need a 50th. You know?
How are you
It's
feeling?
more like ending on that kind of weird number. Sure, it's a multiple of 7, but it
You
needs
suddenly
to get
feel
to 50.
another big burst of speed. Huge speed, just. This one was shorter and it stopped, and now you're going regular speed now. And all of a sudden, bursting through a door, you hear that saying, and it's
Our
Ronald,
boys.
and he runs up to you, and he
Ronald!
goes, "My friends, my
boy."
friends, we have to go. We have to get out of here.
Ronald,
they're
what's
turning-
happening?
They're turning the ship around. We're not going to Arcanix anymore.
But Ronald, we have to go to Arcanix.
We have to find a way to turn the ship around. The ship has been hijacked."
Is there a getaway ships?
That is a good idea. I don't know, but I think it's worth looking.
Is it pirates, Ronald?
It could be, but either the captain is trying to bring us all into the Mournland, which, trust me, you do not want to go. I'll be fine in the Mournland because I'm a Warforged, but you all will not survive. But it's either pirates or the captain has been seduced or just influenced by money from the Lyrandars. I
Well-
don't know, but it's not good.
Wouldn't the captain die in the Moorlands too?
Yes, that is right, which is why
Yeah,
I'm
wouldn't
not
everyone?
so sure it's the captain that wants this to happen.
Oh, that's why you think the hijacking then, yes. You should stay with us,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ronald. You're with us now. Okay.
All right. That sounds
Okay.
good.
Are we? And I try to shake his metal hand.
Will you not call me Nightbat again?
No, I won't. It was a mistake, friend. I tried to explain that, but you seemed angry, so I figured give him some time, let him cool down. He's a cool dude. We'll hang out.
Will you not
I've-
mock me again?
I didn't mean to, friend. I'm sorry.
But you know what your changed name.
It was
so
a
I guess that's
misconception.
What you do is a race.
I change.
You
I
change.
evolve,
So
and then
maybe
I get
was
better.
oversensitive. I'm sorry.
It's all right, friend. I know what it's like to be an outsider. And
I'll shake your hand with my metal hand.
Got high five.
Okay, the high five.
Oh, yes,
Up
that's
high.
desirable.
Down
I'll
low.
take- You're not gonna do
Down,
the thing.
down low. I was going to do too slow, but you were too fast, so
We're warriors, Ronald.
I guess you and I would have felt bad actually if I would have tricked you. So
Ronald,
I'm glad that you were too fast.
Can I give you one of these?
Yes. I don't know why people hug, but I'll hug you, Sam.
It's for human touch. It's kind of.
It's more for him than for you. Human touch, you
Yeah, human.
dwarf strangeling.
He's still. There's a warmth emanating from Ronald that kind of feels like a
Yes, it's his fusion core.
see it.
human, or a
Mm.
dwarf, or a living thing.
Why are your eyes watering? Are you? What's wrong with your eyes?
Nothing's wrong. Okay, nothing. I just really like everyone here. I love
He's
you
had
all.
49 beers, Ronald.
oh.
So you're in pain.
Yes.
Is that what causes it?
Yes, that's
No, listen.
It's
My
the only
breath.
time dwarfs cry.
My breath doesn't even smell like eggs. I'm fine.
So the ship is now slowing down.
Let's
And
below
it's
decks
descending.
would be my guess for escape pods. Yes,
It's
lifeboats,
Hey, let's go.
whatever the hell we call them.
so
I
we're-
say let's try to find the escape pods, and if we can't find an escape pod, we go directly to the captain's room.
Okay, so here's,
I like that.
Here's what you know of the ship. Okay, so there is the main level, which is basically the first level, which includes like the restaurant and like some high class dining areas. It's kind of like the entertainment level, and then above that's the deck, and then below the entertainment level are about 4 levels of cabins. The ones that you were staying at were on the bottom 2. So that's all you know. There's yet to be explored. Who knows? Maybe there's compartments with getaway ships, maybe, but that's yet to be explored. That's what you know. So if there's a direction that you'd like to go to, let me know. Where would you like to do? What would you like to do? And where would you like to go?
If they're going to have lifeboats, they're going to be in first class because
You know.
So let's aim for the second deck, which would be right below the restaurant and the amenities. Yes.
That's true.
We should
Keep-
stick together.
Keep in mind, you're feeling like a tilt downward, and
And
it's
we're in the restaurant, so we just have to go down one level and then
It's
start
slowing.
sniffing around.
slowing down.
All right, can we double time it?
And yes, and just so you know, you're not losing time. You're not losing time. Just so
Okay.
you know,
I've got
For
for
anxiety.
some
Meeting.
reason, there's nobody in this tavern now. Like people vacated the tavern, and very quietly too. It was like what? Like you just noticed, like where did everybody go?
Was it because of the Warforged? That's really rude.
Yeah, that's really.
I don't
Racist.
know. I hope not. I just want
You're
to.
fine, Ronald. Again, you're with us now.
Thank
like I
you.
said.
Okay.
Let's
Well-
get to deck 2.
Just to touch base on where we're at right now, the ship is now landing, is what it seems. It's at least descending, and it's slowing down. And Azuki had the great idea of maybe finding that they're maybe looking for stowaway ships, getaway ships on the airship. So yeah, I personally, as myself, think that's a good idea, but proceed as you will. Would you like to go look around?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, would you like to go into the bottom cabins down to where you all were sleeping on the bottom 2 levels, or the cabin that was in between, the cabin floor that was in between the tavern and your guys' cabin, like the unknown middle?
The second one, because that's where the rich people are.
Okay, yep, that would be the first class. So you go ahead and make your way there. For some reason, all the lights are flickering, very strangely, as if, like, basically in our world, if there were light bulbs and they were flickering. Again, it's all magic tech lighting that is there, but it's very reminiscent of light bulbs, and it looks really spooky. Also, in the distance, you hear a what would be a very deep and foreboding maniacal laugh. And it kind of sounds like that one douchebag you guys met with the cane. That's basically, the voice kind of sounds like him, but you don't know for sure. How do you proceed? So it's like a dark, long hallway. You're at the edge, and all you can see is down the dark, long hallway. And with each, it's almost kind of like a dorm hallway, but it's there's red carpet on the ground. There are very nice streamers that are like almost like Christmas-y, like tinsel, and wreaths that are like hanged up above each door to the left and to the right. And on the ceiling, it's like a carved, like it's almost like a church, almost like a top of a Catholic church. I was raised Catholic, like a top of like this like very beautifully carved, like it's a square, but then you see like this like dome that's underneath it, and there's like this little like almost like a drop, like a raindrop in the middle of each square, each tile. So that's the way it looks like, and it's smells kind of funny. It smells a little metallic, if you will.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Detect Magic?
Yeah.
Could you go ahead and explain the effects of that?
Yeah. Duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And if you learn its school of magic, if any.
Yeah, go ahead and cast it.
Yeah, the spell can penetrate
the
most
DC for
barriers.
that,
Yeah.
by the way,
just
so you know before you roll, the DC for that is, it's moderate, it's 15.
Okay. Rolling. 18.
So you do sense magic.
Okay.
You know that there's magic tech around you.
Yeah.
That's not of any concern because that's very common. But you do sense magic towards the end of the hallway. This magic is something very powerful, something very unique. You can only imagine what it reminds you of is a crystal that was very, something in my eye. A crystal in Arcanix that was considered to be very rare. What it is called is Sparkix, a Sparkix crystal. It's like Sparx. Sparkix. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that you didn't really know much about it. What you knew about it though was it was something that was basically like an elective course that you could have taken, but you never did because it just wasn't.
So taking
needed.
that elective course.
You could have taken the
piano.
course on the Sparkix crystals. Basically, it enhances one's magic ability. In game terms, if one would get it, like grab an Arcanix Sparkix crystal, you would basically level up like immediately. Yeah. Like if you're a magic user, if you grab a Sparkix, if you have a Sparkix crystal, it's power basically. It basically super soldiers any magic user. But again, it's only one level, so it's not like you just become the most powerful mage ever.
Wait a second. I'm a magic user.
You are a magic user, so is Hux.
Yeah. Hux is a magic user.
I charge.
I
Charge down the hallway.
Oh, you
Ahead
okay?
of Donegal.
I thought you meant like you charge, like you take you have a toll for your
maybe
services,
give him gold.
but you run. Got it.
I run. I charge forward.
Okay.
I
charge
kind
forward.
of push off of. I don't really push. It's subtle, but it is. There's a little bit of that, like, it's competitive, you know, but like playfully so.
Mhm.
I kind of push off of Donegal's short little shoulder, and I charge into the brink with my. What do I have? A lance? What is my? Hold on. I have a long weapon. I want that out.
if you know what I mean.
What's my?
Zuki
my
and
spear.
Kelp.
Yes, I charge with a spear. Like I go. Oh.
Okay. Zuki and Kelp, you're standing in place, right, in the hallway? Okay, cool. Kelp, you're doing the same thing. You're standing behind these guys in place.
Yep.
Okay.
Did
Okay.
I say
So
what I
as
was
you
doing?
charge, what happens is that at the end of the hallway there is another door, and the door opens, and out comes the high class man, which Hux you've never seen before. The other three know, and he comes out, and he looks not alarmed at all. And he looks at you, and all of a sudden, this burst, which basically it's this burst of light, but it's shaped like a shield. It comes out, and it's a green light, and it just like extends, and it just goes poof, and then your lance hits it, and it thrusts you back, and it thrusts you back about 30 feet.
Whoa.
Yeah, right onto your booty. And he looks at all of you, and he laughs. Well, I see you've come to look for the stowaway ships, I presume.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you all, especially you, Mr. Sam.
It's I'm seeing you as well.
Yes. I must say that I wish to apologize because I did not properly introduce myself last time. My name is Count Lucius Lyrandar of House Lyrandar. And as I said before, this is my airship. And we are making a pit stop, if you will. You see, I instructed the captain to go south instead of west to your precious alma mater.
Oh.
And we'll be landing any minute now.
Maniacal. I say from the floor. I don't like this guy.
Changeling, stand up. Have some class.
I stay on the floor.
And he goes
I'll
over
tell
to
you about class, sir.
He goes over to you, and he puts his foot on your chest. Not hard, though. Very lightly. Very, very lightly. Like, you feel this, like, impulse to, like, just, like, react. But it's so light, it's like, wait, I want to see what he does. And he just presses his foot. It's a very clean, pretty looking shoe too. Granted, he still does have those pieces of flesh on his cape, but on his foot, very nicely shined, very clean looking. And he looks down at you, and he goes, "You know, you could be of great importance if you didn't know that already. Someone that could be very useful by my side."
I turn into him.
So there's two Lucius.
No joke. He's touching me, and I grab his ankle, I blow him a kiss, and I turn into him. Right there on the floor.
So he looks at you and he goes, "Why, you have the most debonair mustache I've ever seen." And he's talking about his own because you look like him now.
Dude, this guy's flirting with himself.
It's kind of gross, right? You know, this
Weird.
actually, I'd like to point out, this happens more often than you would imagine, I think. Mm-hmm.
Changelings. What are you gonna do?
Humans are narcissists.
And he looks up at you and he goes, "I'm not all human.
Oh.
I'm with you on that.
Correct me some more.
I'm..."
Sounds oddly suggestive.
Wait, I'm not going to fall for this. I'm not going to give you more information because you challenge me. And he pulls out...
Not
he has
even for
pocket
such a
watch.
pretty face?
He has a pocket watch in his pocket, and he pulls it out. And he goes, "Well, will be landing very shortly. Have you all been to the Mournland by chance?
I've been outside it.
Wow, you're in for a treat there, darling. You're in for quite, I would say, a depressing, wretched place where there's no bleak of hope or happiness. It's all very lovely to watch someone go in and stand from the outside. You see, I have an appointment with a certain lord in the Mournland, and you all will be meeting him very soon. And then he pulls out in his other pocket a ball, and it's just this very silver looking, almost like an enlarged marble, and he throws it to the ground, and it's right between Hux's crotch, like right between his legs, and it explodes smoke out of it, and he disappears like a ninja.
Is he a ninja?
Smoking.
He could be.
Show me your way, senpai.
So
Just kidding.
you all are still in the hallway. You were there to look for getaway ships. What do you do now?
Hux, can you still be that old man and give orders for us to be, like, for us to get a ship, since it's his ship?
I like your thinking. Should
I
we
think
head
we
to
can-
the helm and try to convince, since it's his ship, should I try to convince the people at the helm flying the ship that I am in fact him? And
Yes,
order
can
them?
you do that?
Let's do it! Only if you're all right behind me.
Well,
YOLO.
I think we have to pretend to be your prisoners.
All right, yes.
Oh, good
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Yes. I get out a sword and I find the nearest map so that I can find the bridge where the helm is located, and it's a rapier, right? And I say, come on, hurry, this way.
It's
Then we
literally
go-
the stairs that you went down. All you have to do is go up above. Like, it's literally like 2 floors above the tavern floor. So all you have to do is take the same stairwell.
So as we're doing this, I turn back into myself real quick, and I lower my goggles, and I've got my rapier, and I charge up the stairs, and then I turn back into him, and then and then I lead the charge into the. Actually, I lead the charge all the way to the door of the bridge, and then I stop. I signal for them to be quiet, and then I usher them in ahead of me, so that it looks like I've got them all at sword point simultaneously. You can get out a second sword, so I'm just kind of like.
Easy.
And Ronald is next to me. Ronald is also threatening them, so it looks like I'm handling 2 of them, and he's got the 3rd. And I say, quick! The changeling just got away! But I say it in Lucius's voice.
Oh, yes, I will help you. Is that what I was supposed to say?
Shh, yes, that's perfect. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just.
Do I run?
No, just hold on to Donegal's throat there.
So in the captain's quarters, which you all are like right outside the door of, you're in the same level now, and literally there is a door with a window on it, and you can see inside the captain's quarters. And what you see is a dwarf at the helm, and he's the pilot. You see 2 other dwarves off to the left, and to the right you see. So you have a total of 3 doors, 1 at the helm, one steering, 2 to the left, 2 doors to the left, and you have a tiefling and an elf on the right. So 3 dwarves, a tiefling, and an elf. And they all are in uniform, very gray, very plain-looking uniforms with a collar that's like all the way up to the neck, and they all have tricorn hats on, gray tricorn hats on. So, do you proceed inside?
Yes, as Lucius.
Okay.
And it sounds like Ronald, is I don't know where that came from. It sounds like he's doing just fine pretending to hold on to Donegal.
He's very confused.
Yes, but that's all right. I say just keep holding on. Don't do any talking. Let me do that, Bob.
Okay,
Yes.
Sam, am I holding you too tightly?
No, I'm sure it's perfect.
He didn't answer.
Really commit to the part. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, and he grips
So-
Sam really hard by the neck. It's like this cyborg strength grip, and he's like this.
No, give him. He should still be able to breathe. See, he's turning red now. We don't want that.
I'm sorry. I thought I'd
That's
just give
all
you a
right.
range.
That's all right. That's how carbon-based life forms work. It's not your fault.
Okay.
It's not your fault.
So you guys.
Sorry, Donegal. He's new at the whole acting thing. So
What about the others? What about the
I've
tiefling
got
and
that.
change-
You
and
just
shifter?
worry about Donegal, and I'll worry about the other two.
Okay.
And I give them both a no answer. Just stay close. And I've got the sword point, both of them. You know, I don't actually poke them with it. And we do the same thing. We go through that door as well into the captain's quarters. And I do the same little spiel. Stop! I say. The changeling was impersonating me and turned the bloody ship around.
So
I say, I got the other three, but he got away.
the three dwarves turn around, and the one that was at the helm, or the one that was steering, is a female dwarf. The other two are males, and then you have the tiefling, which is a male tiefling, and you have a female elf, and they all turn around to you, and there's like, I'm Lord Lucius, or Count Lucius. I'm so sorry. Yes. Would you like to take the wheel, sir? And it's the female dwarf that's at the. Yeah, you can totally steer.
Yes, I would,
You
but
could
first,
tell that
please
this person is probably
restrain them.
this person is just like, I don't know what this is. It's a job, and I'm just gonna follow orders, whatever it is, so that you can just tell that about that dwarf.
And I say yes, but first restrain them gently. I want them for my own purposes.
The tiefling
And
and elf look at each other, and they're like a little suspicious. They're like, okay. And they look directly at Azuki and Kelp, and they're trying to gauge eye contact with them.
I wink.
Don't look at my prisoners, I say.
The wink really makes the male tiefling very curious. Like,
Is he a flirty curious at least?
it could go any way. Like, it can go any direction. He thinks something, it might be up. He's also like, well, she's cool. Like, it can go any way. So and then the elf, they're just like, I really hope that this isn't an intruder and we don't get fired. Again, they're all worried about their jobs. So they go up to restrain them, like Lord Lucius said.
Mm-hmm.
And
You don't need the quotes.
now Azuki, Kelp, and Sam, as well as Ronald, are all standing there still, kind of just holding each other, as well as the dwarves and
All right.
the other tiefling and the elf. And you are free to do whatever you want there, Hux.
I take the wheel. I take the helm.
Okay, cool. Keep in mind the clouds that you were that were in front of you, they dissipate, and the ground is coming very quickly at all.
I correct it.
It's coming so quickly.
I pull up.
It starts to pull up. All of you go, "Ah!" And you just like jerk to the right, and it's like very tightly, and you come contact
Bloody
with the ground,
fools!
and you start sliding. It's just like, and then you're like, we're gonna die. And Ron's like, no, please, God, no. And,
I'm going like this, like.
yeah, woo! the
I'm still
male
getting
tiefling's
choked.
like, she's cool. She's really cool. He's like, I may die, but she's really cool. And then the airship literally slides into the ground, and suddenly just comes to a halt. And it just leaves the three dwarves and the elf and the male tiefling plunged to the glass. But it wasn't too hard, but they end up like falling back down. It's just kind of embarrassing for them. And now you all are landed. You all are now on the ground.
Woo!
This was that bloody changeling's doing. You're all fired. Not actually. I need you right now.
And then
I say to the
so the
crew.
male tiefling comes up to you and he goes, "Sir, forgive me if I'm wrong, but you're a changeling, aren't you?"
Kelp just grabs the back of his head and like I want to throw him across the bridge. Like I want
like
to
that
throw
idea.
him over her shoulder and into like the window from which they were steering the ship.
And I say, I am Count Lucius, bitch.
Well, two things. One, roll for that, Kelp. I want you to do an athletics check on that. And since you're really strong, it's gonna be an easy DC, a 10, and add your athletics bonus to it.
Okay.
And you have to get at least a 10.
Okay. Oh. I rolled a 2 and my athletics bonus is 4, so it did not work.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
you grab that tiefling and you grab him, and what literally happens is that he gets yanked, but he does not fly, and he changes into a half-elf male. He's a changeling as well. And he looks at you and he goes, "You do a terrible impression of Lord Lucius's accent." And he's looking straight at you, Hux.
I say, well, you don't smell like him.
Immediately the door busts open. The captain's quarter busts open, and it's the real Lord Lucius.
How do we know that?
Well, it's at least another Lord Lucius that comes through the door, at the very least. So who knows? Maybe it's not. And
It's the other imposter, I say.
He all goes, "Very lovely landing. Will you all follow me outside, please? I have something to show you all."
Okay.
And I
follow
say, no, I'd prefer if you all follow me outside, actually. And I follow Count Lucius. As I'm still Count Lucius.
And he looks at all of you, and the other changeling, who's now a half-elf, he just kind of goes, "Just follow him." Like, so
I bump into his back, the Count, because I'm rushing him a little bit, and I go, "Do carry on then," in his accent. I'm like kind of mocking him just a little bit.
So he goes, "Be swift, please. Get this over with." So he leads you all outside. You come out to this long bridge that's been extended outside the airship. Keep in mind, it's only you all that's going out of the ship. This ship has a lot of people on it. At least you thought they had a lot of people on it. And it's only you. It's Azuki, Kelp, Sam, Hux, Ronald, and the changeling, the other changeling follows, but the dwarves and the elves stay inside. And you are all following what, I don't know, it's someone that at least looks like Lord Lucius. And it brings you all out there, and he goes, "Now, I was told to do something by the head of our house, House Lyrandar, and I could get into details, but I don't believe that's the time to do it. What I think I'll do is just leave you to what craves you, and I'll just be on my way. But before that happens, I think I'll spectate." So, and out of his cane is a little compartment that comes out, and it's another little pole, but he ends up flicking it, and it just transforms into basically a fancy lawn chair, and he sits on it. He puts it down, and he sits on the lawn chair. He crosses his legs, and he flicks his finger, and out behind you, out of the ship, come... One second.
It better be my bags.
Because 6 undead.
Carrying my bags, yes?
6 undead come out of the ship, and the one
I don't think they're carrying your bags, Hux.
one of the undead closes. He basically he flicks a contraption that pulls back the bridge inside the ship, and the door closes. And the undead are now surrounding you. Now, keep in mind where you're at right now.
I sit down on the floor.
You sit down on the floor? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Azuki's sitting on the floor. And behind
It's kind of
Azuki
like
is literally the wall of the Mournland. The wall of the Mournland is just terrifying looking. It is. You could see like faces, like smoky faces, like out into the midst of it, looking at
God.
you, and you can hear this like a just these really ooky spooky sounds from it.
I'm gonna turn around and face it.
You gotta face it. Okay, cool.
As I
They're
sit.
all these like faces, these giant smoky cloud faces, just like if you can almost imagine, like if you ever seen the Disney's Hercules and the River of Death, basically it was Styx. If you imagine all of those souls that were like all floating into the river, but imagine with all just giant smoky faces. And it's just like this impeding doom they can feel coming from that place. But again, you are not in the Mournland right now. But now you have undead soldiers all around you right now. Roll for initiative.
Oh man, here we go!
Gotta put my hair up for this one.
Roll down your
All right,
initiative.
let's
Don't
go.
tell me just yet. But roll down your initiative and keep a hold of your number. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna roll for the other guys. So. Ooh, wow. They got a 20.
Oh.
Always the NPCs.
Okay, so let's see. So that's one. Okay, so what did everybody else get? Hux.
14.
Oh, sorry. What would you get, Kelp? Or Zuki?
I just said 14.
14.
I also rolled a 14.
Okay, cool. Why don't you two roll again to break the tie?
Unnatural 20.
20. How about you?
Unnatural.
9.
9. Okay, cool. So let's see here. So all right. So you. So Kelp's first. Okay. How about Donegal, Sam, and Hux?
ES got a 17.
A 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. 1 second. Let me change.
Also a 17. Some 15 plus, 15 plus a 2 mod.
So you two will have to roll again to break the tie.
Are we using mods or just rolling straight up?
Yeah, you add your initiative bonus.
Okay. Ooh.
What'd you guys get?
Unnatural 20?
Okay, again. Wait, yeah, natural 20, and then Donegal.
No. Unnatural. Sorry, it's an 18 plus 2 mod.
Gotcha.
Unnatural.
That's what I got.
And then Donegal Sam, what'd you get?
Okay.
For the
So break
tiebreaker?
it down. I've got an 18 minus 1 initiative, so 17.
Nice. So then,
Yeah,
Hux would go before Donegal Sam then. Okay.
that's
cool.
right.
Wow, these guys. So, just so you guys know,
Oh boy.
and usually I shouldn't say this, but just a heads up. That way it's not overwhelming. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm switching to battle cam now. Take this away and add battle. Oop, nope, not that. Let's see, where is it? Battle cam. There we go, battle cam. So, there are one. So over there is Kelp. She's standing by it. So that area is basically the Mournland area. That like those X's right there. That's the big wall. That's the edge of the wall. Over here is basically the edge of the big ship. You all are right here. The Lord Lucius has basically sat himself out of the fighting area, but he is still like south of all, like pointing this way. Like pencil will be pointing that way. He's like standing in his little fancy lawn chair watching this. We have Kelp, Hux, Ronald, Donegal Sam, and over there is Zuki sitting down. And yeah, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 undead waiting to get you. Now keep in mind, these undead don't look very strong.
I kicked one in the balls.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
There. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Holy crap. 6, 7. And one more. Now, like, number 8. Okay, cool. So now we are in battle. We are in combat. And the first one up is undead number 1. And number 1 is the gold-plated one, which is right there. And he's going to come up to Donegal Sam. And he's coming up behind him.
Oh boy. Oh no.
And what he's going to do is his stat block here. So he's going to attack with his. Just imagine he has a short sword. I know he has the miniature as a staff. So he's attacking with a short sword. And his attack is a +4. So +4. And your armor class, Sam, is 9, right?
That's right, 9.
Okay, cool. So here we go. It's an 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So that connects. Now he's going to roll damage. And the damage would be 1d6. 1d6. So here we go. So he's going to roll damage. It's a 2. So he did 2 damage to you. So what's your HP now? What it was the total of HP was...
It was at 9.
9, now it's at 7.
That's 7, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, damage.
So that
2.
that turn is done for that undead.
Okay.
Now it's undead number 2. And undead number 2 is this one right here in the battle cam. So he's gonna come up to
Hux, and he's going to swing his short sword as well. And he also has the same attack bonus, which is 4. And Hux has an AC of 14, right? Is that correct, Hux? Okay.
Oh, yes, sorry, I was nodding. Yes.
Okay. And so we see we are rolling with these awesome green fox dice trays. So I'm going to roll. That is, it's a natural 20.
Ah!
I swear to God, it's a natural 20.
You could have flied.
Always the NPCs. It's never the players.
Never the players.
So his damage, let's see, would be a, what's your full damage, Hux?
As in, how many hit points do I
Like
have?
you healed, yeah. Like after you went
I did. I healed to max. I'm at 9.
9.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he just did 6 damage to you.
Excellent. Wonderful.
Okay.
I love being the pin cushion.
So now you're at 3. So what happens now is that the next undead comes up, and it's going to be this undead, which is undead number 3, and he's going to come up to Kelp, and he's going to also swing his short sword, and he has an attack bonus of 4, just like the others, and it's a 2. So he misses. He swings and he misses at Kelp. So now it is undead number 4. This is the last one before it goes to you guys, before it goes to the next undead. And undead number 4, which would be this one right here. He's going to come at Ronald right in front of Hux, and he's going to swing towards Ronald. And Ronald's AC is, 1 second. Oops, 1 second. I accidentally canceled that one out. Forged. Okay, so Ronald's armor class, just so you all know, and you kind of you didn't really tell until now that you are in battle. Ronald has a really high armor class. It's banging. So I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna say the amount it is, but it is high. So here we go.
You're a tank.
He's swinging. He's a tank. So this undead swinging his this one right here swinging his sword at Ronald. Yeah, it's an 8. It doesn't even. He swings it at his arm, at his plate, his chest plate, and it just bounces right off. No damage at all. Nothing at all. So that one is done, and now it is Azuki's turn. What would you like to do?
I'll turn around.
Okay.
Stand up.
So you're turned around. So you want to go.
I want to face whichever one's closest to me.
You were this way. And now the one facing close to you would be that one right there, which is my finger pointing right there.
I want to swing at it with my quarterstaff.
Okay, so you're gonna get close to that one. So right there, you're gonna swing it with your quarterstaff. That's AC for that guy is it is a 13. So add your attack bonus to your roll. What'd you get?
Attack bonus. 8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, altogether it does not connect. So we need 13. Hey, thanks for the follow, Rolf Hat, ROFLHAT. Thanks for following. He or she, they, we appreciate it. Welcome to Journey Punks. So that one does not connect, but that's okay. But don't you have a secondary hit, Azuki?
Do I?
Like an unarmed secondary?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have an unarmed strike. Or wait. Bonus action. Yeah, I have an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike? Cool.
Yeah. So I will do that.
Yep, and you need a
1 second. I think we're 13. A 13 for the armor class to get that undead soldier.
I got a 17.
A 17? Cool. Roll
Yeah.
for damage. That hit.
1d4 plus 2. 34. Got 3.
3? Okay, cool. Excellent. So that undead number 8. So that one's dead.
That I get that extra one.
He's dead. He gone.
Oh, they die fast.
Good job. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That is Azuki's turn. It is now Kelp's turn.
Okay, so the nearest one to me, I'm kind of in the middle of the circle here.
Yeah, you're right here. You're like right in the middle of the mosh pit.
Yeah. So I would like to run up to the undead that's closest to the ship, and
This one?
like I want to like javelin him in the chest with my trident.
Okay, cool. So you're going up to this guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So 1 second. I'll give you some running space right there. And yes, in my D&D table, you can attack diagonally. So you're running to hit him with your trident, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's an AC 13, so that's what you need to get with your modifiers to successfully attack him.
Okay, so
Go for it. Running.
Okay. And with a 10 with my modifiers.
A 10 total? Okay.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it misses. He dodges it out of the way, just barely. But yeah, since you needed a 13. That's okay, though. Is there anything else you could do in the meantime?
Can I don't think I have a... Am I allowed to do an unarmed strike since I'm close enough?
If your character sheet says you can, then yes.
Okay, I believe it does.
Okay. Then whatever it says.
Bonus
you can-
action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanna like headbutt him.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
In the face.
You would just need a 13. Get a 13 with your modifiers.
Ooh, a 19 plus. Is it still the attack modifiers? The attack bonus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, plenty.
Excellent. So you bash him in the head. Roll for damage now. Whatever the damage roll it says, then it is.
It says 5.
5? Okay, cool. Then he just bursts into smoke, into dust. So he's dead too. It's so much that his corpse is now just all dust, and it just gets in your face and your nose, and it's kind of gross. It's like being above like a fire, and it's just like someone dropped like newspaper on it, and it's just like...
It's like Kelp just starts sneezing because she has allergies.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Good job. Good job. Okay, cool. Now it is Hux's turn. Poor Hux is down to 3 HP.
Hux would like to first sidestep. I just want to move. If you could move, so from where my character is currently, 2 spaces towards the camera.
2 spaces towards the camera?
In a straight line, which would be 10 feet. My max in combat is 15.
Here?
Or is it 25, rather? Alright, and now I'd like to acid splash on the fellow who was to my right-hand side. Camera left.
Camera left, so it'd be...
This
one,
the
right?
one who hit me, right? That was him?
That was actually this guy.
Oh,
'Cause this
acid
guy went for
splash.
Ronald.
Sorry, acid splash.
Yeah, so this one...
Yeah, that
okay, so
one.
you're going for that one, so I'm going to turn it
And he
around
needs to
here.
beat a Dex 12.
The Dex 12?
Yeah, for the acid splash that I'm about to
Okay.
roll for.
So... Wait, okay, so are you just trying to defeat their armor class with your acid splash?
What?
Or are you
No,
trying
I
to
wanna,
reach them?
I want to splash him with acid and hurt him.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, for the roll. Like,
What do you mean?
are you rolling with an attack bonus, or are you rolling to get with your dexterity? Like, how's your roll work on that acid splash?
It says Dex 12.
Dex 12. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, he'd be rolling a saving throw then against that.
Right.
So then, if it's 12, that means he's gonna roll with his dexterity bonus to avoid it. So that's a +2. So he has to get a 12. So to miss it, he just got a 15. +2 is 17. So he dodges it, and he moves to the right.
I'm gonna beat him up.
So unfortunately, it did not connect. But good try.
It's all right. At least I'm out of the way. May I? Well, hold on.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
No, that's... I'm not dying. Never mind. I guess that's my turn.
All right.
So I'm not hanging off of anything.
Keep in mind, Donegal Sam.
Yeah.
Yes, Ronald's really tough. These guys are seemingly easy to beat, but your friend is low HP right now, low health. So
Low health? Okay.
keep that all in mind. Do what you will. Do what you will. I'm just giving you the facts, you know. I'm the dungeon master. I'm here to just provide what you guys need, and also, you know, help you guys, and also make your lives hell at the same time. I don't know. This is a crazy job. Anyway.
Yeah. This is a crazy job. Okay, hang on. Okay, so since you told me that, I want to protection from evil and good.
Good.
Which
Hey,
is
buddy,
another-
real quick, time. Could you pull the mic towards you a little bit, bud? Your levels are kind of low.
Very unprofessional.
It's okay. It'll happen.
Everyone
It happens
watching, listening at home. It'll
Dude,
never
last
happen
week I was like leaning and like not bringing the mic over with me, so like every time I lean to move the miniatures, like that. So, so no
Yeah,
worries.
Okay,
but yeah,
so-
you sound better now.
All right, so what I want to do is protection from evil and good. This is a spell that I'm going to cast on to Ronald.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's one action. Till the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Aberrations, celestials. Does he count as a creature?
He does count as a creature. He has magic within him.
I guess
Keep
I
in
had to
mind, though,
say.
when you're doing this, and again, proceed. Just want to give you the facts. He is seemingly very, very strong and very durable.
You're trying to. Okay.
I'm just wanting to let you know, so you can play the best that you can play.
If he's strong and durable, it makes me want to say save this spell slot then.
Or maybe for someone else. I don't know. It's up to you.
Not for someone else. There we go. You know what? I think he's fine. Huh?
No, I'm just,
Okay.
it's a metagaming.
Metagaming. Yeah. Okay, so scratch that. I'm gonna equip my quarterstaff
Okay.
and hit that motherfucker who just stabbed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you got stabbed?
Isn't that what you told me? I took 2 points. Took 2 hit.
That's right, you did. I didn't
Yeah.
know it was that bad. I must. Yeah, it was only 2. That's
Yeah.
right. I did mark it at 7, right? 7 HP.
Yeah, I'm
I
at 7
apologize.
right now. Yeah, that's okay.
I thought he missed for some reason. Anyway, yeah, you're right. I have it on my card here that you only have 7 HP. So, okay, yeah, dude, hit the guy that stabbed you. Get him back.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're going for this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're turning around.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna whack him with my quarterstaff.
Okay, cool. So he has a 13 armor class. Roll your d20, and if you could, for the green fox folks, go ahead and lift up your pretty dice tray.
Green fox,
and
folks.
Hello. Do your awesome roll.
Hello. It smells so good.
Check out Green Fox Woodworking LLC to get your awesome dice tray with promo code JourneyPunks. One word, all caps.
One word, all caps. 16.
15%. Oh yeah, 16. Yeah, 16.
16. Yeah.
I was like, that's
Okay,
not
you
promo
weren't
code,
done.
Jay.
Sorry.
So yeah, 16. So that connects. That hits. What's your roll your damage?
Okay, it's gonna be 1d8 since I'm proficient. Now I just have to. It's dark. Hang on. Okay, so I'm gonna get an
Ring
8.
light.
Ring light. Run it is ring light. I'm sorry, Ronald.
That's okay. I forgive you.
All right, 1d8. Here you go.
Okay.
Plus 1 because I have proficiency.
Okay.
4.
4. Okay, so 4 damage. So that guy also explodes. And
Yes!
his armor falls to the ground.
He
So he
explodes.
is also dead. Down. Cool.
I can't believe I almost wasted some magic. Yes.
So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 undead soldiers left.
5, huh? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. Excellent. Is that it, Donegal Sam?
Yeah, I think I want to keep my distance from these.
Yeah, you haven't moved yet, so you can still move.
Yeah, so, okay, where am I in relation to these undeads?
So I'm just gonna go ahead. We'll tell you how many undead there are later, like how many corpses you guys piled up. For now, I'm just gonna move it to make the battlefield a little easier. So keep in mind, this is Ronald, the Warforged.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Right
Here
him.
is
Okay.
Kelp. Undead. Hux.
Okay,
Azuki.
there's
Right.
2 undead.
There.
I think I'm gonna just hang out. I think I'm good.
You're good right
I
there?
think I'm done. Yep.
Okay, cool. Now it is Ronald's turn. So Ronald is gonna go up to the 2 undead behind him over here, and he's gonna take a very wide slice with his sword. He's gonna do he has a multi-attack move. This is 3 attacks, but he's starting out with a very wide swing. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you this fun stat. He has a plus 18 to his attack roll.
His attack.
His attack
Oh my gosh.
on this move. He has plus 18.
That'll kill.
So,
Anyone.
yeah, he got an 11.
Oh god.
He slices. He doesn't do the multi-attack like he planned. He just does one slice, one swing, and both of these guys just whoosh,
Ooh.
destroys them
Ronald-
both in one slice.
Ronald's my new boyfriend.
He goes, don't mess with my friends, or you'll get the Ronald. I'll bump you up.
So they're gone. That was Ronald's turn. It's now an undead's turn again. Undead turn. So the undead that's right here is gonna turn towards Kelp. Go towards Kelp, and that undead's gonna swing. With his. Let's click on his stat block real quick and see what it is. I forgot what his attack bonus was. It is plus 4. So he's gonna swing plus 4. Kelp, your AC is 17, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what he needs to get connect the attack. So he swings his sword. It's a 19. Yeah, so even without his bonus, he connects. And now he's gonna roll for damage, which is a 1d6. So rolling 1d6. It's a 3. So he just did 3 damage to you. So you had 12, right?
Yes. No, I was at my max. 15.
Okay, cool. Oh, you were at your 15. Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you just did 3, so now you're down to 12. Sorry.
Yes.
So yeah, and also just a friendly reminder to everybody: make sure when you if you haven't already, to update your HP on D&D Beyond or your character sheet, because it keeps the stats updated for all of our viewers. To go ahead and hover over to the left on the screen, it would be my left. Well, actually my right, your left, camera left, and you can hover with your mouse and you can see the stats of Azuki, Kelp, Donegal, Sam, and Hux, which is pretty cool. And you can just click on their faces. We'll have updated profile pics later, but you can click on their profiles and you can see all their cool stats and their attacks and whatnot. So anyway, with that said, Azuki is still in the game. She still has 12 hit points, which is great.
Still in the
She
game.
is one of the 2 tanks of the group, and she's doing okay. doing okay. So that's
I have
that.
12 hit points. Mine only shows 10.
What was that, Azuki?
My hit points is 10.
Your hit points is 10?
Mm-hmm. But my armor class is 12.
Oh, what did I had that backwards.
Oh.
Gotcha. So, armor class 12, HP 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Excellent.
At least that's what D&D Beyond says.
Yeah. Well, we'll go with that. Excellent. All right. So now it's another undead's turn, and it's this one, and he is going to go up to Hux. 1, 2, 3, and he's gonna try to hit him with his sword, and this is revenge to him for trying to get him with acid splash. So his attack bonus is 4, and Hux's AC is 14. So here we go. Rolling the d20. It's a 5 plus 4 is 9, which is not enough, right? 14. So
Correct.
he misses. He misses his sword swing. So Hux is still doing okay. So good work. Good work. Good work. Dodge that. It's another undead's turn. And 1 second. All right, here we go. It's another undead's turn. And it is this one. And he's going to go up to Ronald to try to swing his sword at him. And it's a plus 5. Sorry, it's a plus 4 like the others. And rolling d20. It's a natural 20. So he's gonna roll
Always the
damage.
NPCs.
He definitely hits. He's gonna roll damage, and the damage is just full, so it's a 6. It's automatic 6. So yeah, so he just did 6 damage, and Ronald just looks at him and goes, that tickled. So he did take 6 HP. He did take 6 HP damage, though. So with that, not Dog Sam, that's the wrong card. Let's go to Ronald. There we go. Holy shit! Yeah, that barely did anything to him. Okay. All right. So now. 1, 2, 3. Yep, there's only 3 undead right now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So now it's Azuki's turn. What would you like to do, Azuki?
Go up to the next one.
Cool. Which one? The one that's Move the camera over here. The one that's right by Ronald, the one that's right by Kelp and Donegal, or the one that's right by Hux?
Hux was hit low, right?
Yeah, Hux is low HP.
Yeah, I'll go by the one near him.
Cool. What's your speed?
30.
30? Okay, so 1 second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough. Yeah, you made it there in time. Okay, go ahead and try to attack. You are attacking behind him, so you have advantage.
Okay. So I rolled 2.
Yep, 2 and take the higher one for your attack. Look at that great dice tray. Great green fox woodworking dice tray.
Okay, I rolled a 6 and a 15 plus a 2. So
15?
be 17.
17, that's with your modifiers?
Yeah.
Okay. That totally connects. That hits. Roll for damage.
I've got 8.
8? Okay. Well, then that undead also just crumbles to pieces on your, was it quarterstaff? Your quarterstaff attack.
Yep.
Just, and his limbs go everywhere and just fall to the ground. And again, he bursts to dust. With his stuff left.
I blow him a kiss since I'm the last thing he sees.
Good work.
Or unsees, I guess, since he's undead.
Ah!
His second non-existence. Yeah.
Yes, second death. Good work. Okay. So
Happy Death Day.
High five, yeah. Okay, so now it is Kelp's turn. What would you like to do, Kelp?
So where are the rest of my bad guys, my baddies? I got one.
So you got one right in your face right here.
Okay,
Like
all right. So
baddie.
okay.
And you got one over by Ronald. That's right in Ronald's face.
All right, so they're not linear, so I don't want to try to knock two of them out at once. So I'm going to go for the guy right in front of me, and I'm gonna take my dagger, and I'm going to try to like stab him in his neck.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it. So he has he has an armor class of 13.
Okay. Ooh, 14.
Ooh. That hits.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll for damage.
13 plus 4, so 17 damage.
13 plus 4 is 7 damage. Okay. Then
Or 17 damage.
17 damage.
Woof.
This this
Oblivion.
undead. So you stab him in the neck, and literally your sword kind of like goes down, and it feels almost like you're cutting sand. And this guy just kind of like the mummy in the Brendan Fraser mummy, just kind of like that mummy, just kind of like looks at you, and he kind of like he deteriorates. He just like and he starts to melt, and just until he's just a skull and a spine left, and then the spine's just vertebrae by vertebrae, like Lego blocks, just like fall to the ground, and then it's just a skull that's hanging up, like the knife is sticking up underneath the cranium, and the point is coming out of one of the eye cavities.
Kelp like goes to grab her weapon, and then she stomps in the sand and like just stomps on it, like kicking up dust.
So he is dead. He's gone. Dead and dead. Okay. Good job, Kelp. Good turn. Let me take that card away. Okay. That was Kelp's turn. It is Hux's turn again. There is one enemy left right now, which is
Not
right by
for long.
Ronald.
I'm going to. So I have my spears, and they do a hefty dose of damage. So I'd like to throw a spear at him.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna stay in the same place?
Yes, because my range is 60 when throwing it, and he's only about what 10, 20 away, 10 away.
10, 20. Yeah.
Excellent. Let me switch my camera. What's his AC?
His AC is only 13.
All right, and I get I get a +2 on this roll. 8 + 2 is 10. It's wonderful. Wonderful.
So it misses and it hits Ronald's shield, and he goes, "Hey, are you mad at me?"
No, friend, just a mistake. Just
Oh,
me again.
okay.
Making a mistake.
Just wondering what did I do?
It was intended for the opposition, which is not you. friend.
Okay. Anything else, Hux?
I mean,
I'm sorry, Hux.
I know it's fine. I was gonna say, how about acid splash is it's at will. It's a cantrip, so I don't know. Could I do that as a quick action? Right.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Well, then I'm gonna also acid splash him.
Go
I don't know why I haven't been double attacking before, dang it.
Give that man an acid splash.
Yeah.
Jeez.
He has to do a-
splash him in his face. I mean, you learn as
Dexterity.
you go, so it's
Yeah,
okay. So what's
I have
dexterity?
played a magic character in like, oh gosh, 5 years maybe? No, maybe not quite that much. 3 years.
I always play the meathead, so I don't
Yeah.
have experiences playing. I just read of playing magic characters. Well, I was
So he
monk
needs to
once,
do
so-
a dexterity saving throw. He has to beat a 12.
A 12? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So 12. Okay, so there's a +2 to this roll, so he has to get it. Okay,
All
so
right.
here we go. 11 + 2. Yeah, he dodges it.
Well.
so it's a 13. So he dodges, and he does one space behind Ronald now. So he's separated from Ronald a little bit. He dodges it. So
Again, not you, Ronald. Just not my night.
That's okay. I know your hearts now. It's okay. I know why you do the things you do. But I can never do them myself.
So It is now Donegal Sam's turn.
Okay, who's left?
Just the one undead. So you're right here, and you have the one undead right here.
Okay, let's go. Run to him.
Okay. What's your
Jump
speed?
with my quarterstaff and just like smash down.
Okay. Are you doing a jump thrust
Yeah.
with two hands?
Yeah.
With your quarterstaff?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Don't you have magic?
Yeah, I got magic.
Okay, yeah, cool. Dude. Yeah.
But like, I spent one slot already on a useless thing, detect magic, and
I thought you had cantrips, so like
I
bonfire
do.
or something.
I do, but like, I just let me use my quarterstaff.
Yeah, dude, go for it. I'm sorry to question you. I'm sorry. Go
It's
for
okay.
It. So you're
It's
turning
okay.
around, you're doing a jump. What's your speed? What's your speed at?
Hang on. What is my speed at? I've never used this. My walking speed is 25 feet.
25 feet. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be 1, 2. Yeah, plenty of room. Okay, cool. So you're jumping. You're using two hands, right? Isn't there another
Jumping.
space like on Azuki's? She has a space where you could do two hands. It's like more damage. Do you have that too, like hers? Do you know what I'm talking
boy.
about? On your when you roll for your quarterstaff.
When I roll for my quarterstaff.
Yeah,
let
is
me
there like
check
two
it out.
various like damage rolls?
Equipment?
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
it's,
Azuki?
let me check it out. So, oh yeah, it's that's the same as the last time. It's 1d8.
1d8. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what's the attack roll first? You need a 13.
Okay, need a 13. Here we go.
Go for it.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wasn't a 13. It was a 10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, even with your modifiers.
Oh. Well, I had a +1 for athletics, and then what was there another? And
Yeah, it's whatever your attack.
and a
roll is.
proficiency bonus is 2. So that's exactly
12.
12.
Wait.
Number.
Armor class is 13. His armor class is 13.
Hang on. What did I say? Okay, so 9 plus
so it
1.
there should be one number there that said like attack bonus, which is like the total sum with your proficiency, and like if your dexterity or strength adds to it. That
Attack
should be
bonus,
the
hang on.
number beside the quarterstaff roll, and then you add that to your d20 roll.
Oh! So I got exactly 13.
Okay, excellent. That connects.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
Okay, rolling for damage. 4.
4. Excellent. You did 4 damage to him, and he just bends in half, and to where basically his head goes up behind his butt, and he just kind of rolls into this like death ball, and then he just kind of rolls away, and then just kind of just goes poof again, like the others.
I take no pleasure in this.
That is the end of this combat, and you all have defeated the undead that were unleashed on you by Lord Lucius. So congratulations, you all succeeded. And before we continue, let me all reward you with your very deserved, very earned XP. Ronald will be taking none of it because he's a generous guy like that. He doesn't need any of it. What you all get, so you just defeated 8 undead. So you all get 400 XP, which divided, everybody gets 100 HP. Sorry, XP. 100 XP. So add 100 XP to your D&D Beyond character sheet. When you reach 300 XP, you level up to level 2. So
Almost there.
go ahead and take that moment
Yar.
and while you're doing that, you do notice that Lord Lucius is not in the place that he was in his lawn chair. He comes out of the Mournland wall, which is over to the left, and he reappears. I know he says he's bald, but that's the miniature we're going with for right now to represent Lord Lucius. He's right there. He's looking at you all. And he's saying, very nice work there. And he starts giving a slow clap. I'm very impressed with you all. All except you, Lord Huxley. I figured that another high-class lord would be able to at least connect one attack. What do you have to say for yourself?
I have to say, I don't really give a flying flip what you think.
You can speak freely in front of me, sir.
Oh, I did. So.
Flying flip is all you have?
Yes.
All right, well, I'll take
Yes,
it.
well, I didn't think that your fragile sensibilities could handle much more. So.
Oh, well,
That's
you
what I
thought
chose to
you
say.
underestimated me. But now I have a treat for you all. And keep in mind, Hux, I do hope that you survive. Out of anybody, I believe that you and I could be very, very efficient partners in the continent of Corvair.
Well, then it's very simple. Maybe you should offer me some sort of help in healing me, and then you wouldn't have to worry about it, would you?
I need you to prove yourself first, because I
it's-
have been wrong in the past about people. I have had the tendency of overestimating possible allies, and I do not want to repeat the same mistake again.
Got it.
So,
Running Man scenario, I understand.
I have a question.
yeah, what's your question? For the DM?
No,
Oh, for Lucius?
for dude.
Yes, what is your question there?
Why are we here? And how did you go inside there without dying?
That is a great question. You see, my dear, when I go into the Mournland, as you all would, except for your Nightbot friend here, and Ronald just has that steam again out of his ear holes. It's he looks pissed. You would enter and you would be rid of all happiness, all hope. Any wounds that you would have would cease to heal. Any motivation that you would have, gone. Any focus that you would have, gone. You would be consistently distracted, consistently lost of any hope, any motivation, any will to live. But I have taken multiple trips to the Mournland, and I am here out of the consideration of a deal that I made with another lord. And I'm sorry, but you will not live to find out. Except, I think maybe Lord Huxley might live for this. But I am so intrigued to see the dwarf, the tiefling, and the shifter. By the way, shifter, I've yet to see you shift into your beast form, which I'm very intrigued to see. I have yet to see that in my life. I've only seen images on a screen, but I've not seen it in real life. So I was really hoping that you would shift for me during this battle with my undead from Karnath. So, maybe this will bring it out on you. And he pulls out this like little pan flute out, and he goes, "Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo," and he whistles. And out of the mist behind him comes...
I take out my pan flute and try to copy what he just did.
the Lord of Blades. If you don't know who the Lord of Blades is, he is basically the Darth Vader of the Mournland. He's the Lord of the entire Mournland. He's been rallying up, I mean, this is common knowledge, like he's been rallying up Warforged to create, he wants to start a war with all living beings and gather the Warforged because they've been used as soldiers and slaves and not treated like people, and he wants to now decimate all living beings. And he comes out and he goes, "Why have you summoned me?" And he's looking straight at Lucius. And he goes, "Oh, I
I just figured I would. You said that you would help me once I landed the ship, and I deliver you warriors that you could use. I didn't say that at all. You misunderstood me again. And why is there a warforged with living beings?
And he's pointing straight at Ronald. And Ronald looks straight at him, and you can tell he's pretty scared. And, you know, Ronald's a badass, and he's still, like, pretty shaken. And the Lord of Blades is very irritated. He is very angry at Lucius for calling him, bothering him. And Lucius seems very afraid as well. And Lucius, you can only you hear like this like very loud wind. There's like it's starting to storm, starting to thunder. So it's really hard to make out what Lucius is saying. He's almost like muttering and mumbling, and he's just like very nervous and just saying whatever that comes out of his head to just like get on the good side of the Lord of Blades again. And Lucius, he's trying to talk himself. You can only tell he's like trying to probably talk himself out of being in the Lord's anger. And the Lord of Blades then takes out his weapon. One of his many blades are attached to his back. And it's very slowly, like just very methodically. And without just blinking, and really quicker than a blink of an eye, he slices very, very suddenly. And Lord Lucius then falls to the ground in two halves.
Whoa!
He then turns to Ronald.
And he goes, "Traitor! Why have you forsaken your own kind?"
And meanwhile, Ronald runs up to all of you. I don't usually do this, but wherever you guys are on the battle map. And he goes, "Come here now! Gather up!" Do you all gather up near him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Zuki, Kelp?
Yes.
Okay, so you all
Yes.
gather up near him, near Ronald.
And he goes, "Listen to me. You will not survive a battle with the Lord of Blades. You have to get on the ship, and you have to go to Arcanix. Sam, you have to get there most of all. You are the dissertation. And you need your friends there with you. You will not survive that trip without your friends."
Ronald, I have one spell slot. Can I at least do something for you?
Sam, no! You're not listening. You have a good heart, and you have good friends that care about you, I can tell. I want you to take them and go. You have to get back to Arcanix. I will stay here and fight the Lord of Blades alone.
Meanwhile, behind him, the Lord of Blades starts to thrust very quickly towards the group. And Ronald yells out at all of you,
"Get to the airship now! Go now!"
He turns around and he lunges himself at the Lord of Blades in his dash. What do you do?
Run!
Go into the ship.
We run. I turn around and I run and I try to grab Hux by the
Why'd
back
you
of his
do that?
jacket.
So Hux is
And
being
I'm
dragged
pulling him.
by Kelp,
Pulling
right?
him. Yes.
And okay, so Donegal.
Okay, oh god.
So Azuki, what do you do?
I said I ran back.
You ran back, so Donegal's still there.
Oh man, I want to cast protection from evil.
So all of a
on
sudden,
him.
their two swords go to slash each other, and the staff that the Lord of Blades has shatters Ronald's sword, and he goes to headbutt him. But meanwhile, he takes him by the chest plate, and you can see the Lord of Blades. There's no facial expression, but you can hear him laughing, and you can see these like glowing, dark purple eyes that are like beaming out of his head. And I mean, he just like starts smashing his head into Ronald's face, and it's just starting to like beat his head right in. And you could just hear Ronald with like the last breath that he has goes,
"Go now! Get to the airship now!"
and
you could just see him pummeling Ronald so much that he then takes him up. I'm not gonna do the hand thing more, but he takes him up. He takes him in two halves and he rips him apart. And then he takes those two halves of Ronald and he smashes them very rapidly, almost like Agent Smith in the Matrix, like very quickly, like where it's almost like too fast to like even see, and to a point where there's just like he just rips, he almost like crumbles it all into like one metal ball, and he just rips it apart, and just these sparks and just these sizzling machinery, magic machinery coming out of his hands, and he's like. And he looks at Donegal Sam, who's still the only one there. And he's like just seething, and he seems like he's breathing, but again, he's a warforged, so who knows? What do you do?
I guess he's kind of done for. What I had in mind isn't going to do him any good. How far away am I from this thing?
You're 10, 20, so it's actually a little far. So, you're about 25, 30 feet away.
Okay, I think I need to just get out of here.
Okay, so
I
you
hate
leave,
doing
you
this,
flee?
but everyone else fleed, right?
Yep, they're on the ship now.
Oh God. Oh my God. Let me see. I have something, but all right. I'm going to throw down Earth Tremor, and then I'm going to get out of there.
Okay, what does Earth Tremor do again?
Earth Tremor, it's within a range of 10 feet, so if he does like come near me, he'll be shook. I cause a tremor in the ground within range. Each creature other than myself in that area must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
you do it and you flee, right?
I do that and I flee. Yeah.
Okay, so you flee. Dexterity saving throw.
It's 13, by the way.
Okay, so he just had a 7. Dexterity? Right?
Yeah, Dex 13.
So he rolled 7. Wow, okay. No, sec. So +2. So yeah, he doesn't make the dex roll. He gets jumbled in your spell, and it well, that was actually a good move. He is then faced with that obstacle while you all get on the ship. You are now all on the ship now. What do you do? The Lord of Blades is not far outside.
He does take damage, but we're not in combat, so I don't know if he's
Sure. Yeah. What's
counts.
the
It's gonna be a 1d6 bludgeoning, so we'll see.
1d6 bludgeoning?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's a 3.
Well, he currently has 195 hit points, so it's
Hey,
down to
everybody,
192.
you know.
192.
So yeah, you did a boo boo to him.
Did a little boo boo to him.
So now you're all on the ship. What do you do?
Close the door.
Close the door. Okay, cool. The ship is parked. What do you do?
I throw that puppy into reverse.
So you're
I get
making
right
to the
to the
captain's
helm.
quarters, right?
Oh yeah, I gotta go right there.
Okay, so you're
Should
going to
we-
the captain's quarters.
Should we go to the captain's quarters or should we try to find an escape pod? What do you think
Yeah,
is
'cause
going to
there's a
be...
bunch of people on here.
Who?
I transform into Count Lucius.
To Lord Lucius. Okay.
Lord Lucius, sorry.
Count Lucius.
Okay. Either one.
Yeah.
He's dead, so who gives a shit? You can call him whatever you want. Okay, so you're.
And I
you're
find
Lucius.
the nearest crew member and I say, quick, where are the escape pods? But I say them in Lucius's accent. Just
Okay. So he goes. Wait, there is no escape pods. We don't have any. We had one
boy.
before, but like it was taken by one of the upper crust.
quick, to the helm!
To the helm.
Okay,
And we get to the helm and I throw that puppy in reverse. When it please for the end.
reverse. So okay, so it starts flying. Okay, the Lord of Blades grabs onto the very bottom of
Okay.
the airship.
It's only apt that he would also make an Arnold metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A reference, I should say, not a metaphor. Reference. Thinking of Commando.
So he's grabbing onto the very bottom, and you guys are flying now into the sky. He starts crawling up, and while he's on the edge, basically coming up to close to the deck, he can see towards the window at you all, and immediately he starts to feel this like almost kind of like a drain, kind of like a beating inside of him that's like almost very urgent. And you can only assume, and the only one that can see him right now is Kelp, that can get like a really good sighting on him. And his eyes were purple. Now they're beating this like very light red, almost like a pink. And he in his motions, he almost looks worried, and he lets go. He lets go of the ship, and he does that one of those like Iron Man, like straight down to the ground, like punches the ground, and he looks up into the sky, and you can like see him very, very far in the distance, and he just stands there and looks straight up at all of you. But he got a really good look at all four of you. He will remember what all four of you look like. You are now all in the sky in the ship, and you are piloting the airship now.
I want this to be the last sight of me that he had.
For those that need a quick recap, you all just survived an encounter with the Lord of Blades, who is one of the scariest mofos in all of Corvair. Unfortunately, he decimated your very helpful friend, very strong, helpful, endearing Warforged friend, Ronald, who had a very special connection to Donegal Sam. Yes. Sam?
Oh, it was me.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it was you.
I'm Donegal Sam.
Barrel Braid says, everyone sounds great. Kelp's mic is a little hot / loud. Jay could be a little louder, but then good to go. Quest on, friends. Thank you, Barrel Braids. Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right. So, yeah, with that, it was devastating seeing Ronald just ripped apart by the evil Lord of Blades. That must have been horrible. But now you all are piloting the Lyrandar airship that you've been on. There are many passengers aboard, and you can only assume that you defeated the undead that were on board that Ronald warned you all. If not, you probably could handle them because they all were like easily beaten. So if there's more, bring it, whatever. But now you are on the ship. You are piloting the ship. You are all in the captain's quarters right now. It is around midday, a little like early afternoon right now. So, and keep in mind, you all took a detour, so it's going to be still longer. The destination time that you thought you were going to be, it's going to be longer. If you went straight to Arcanix right now, straight there without any stops, you probably wouldn't get there until about mid-morning tomorrow. Yeah. Were you going to say something, Hux?
I would like to activate the ship's PA system.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Attention passengers, we apologize for the brief delay. We will be headed back on course, and we will be arriving probably sometime in the morning. Please keep your hands and feet inside the ride and enjoy the rest of the trip. All right, thanks very much.
Excellent. That probably was heard throughout the entire airship. Excellent. And you can only guess that can put people at ease. That wasn't a two-way radio, at least the way it was functioning.
Well, I want to at least put the people at ease who didn't die in the first crash landing.
Yeah, so it probably put people at ease. Were you going to say something, Azuki?
Can I use the mic real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
And everybody should buy the little red tiefling named Azuki alcohol. Thank you.
That message was also received by every single passenger in all of the airship. So, there'll be, you wonder inside your head, you wonder like, wait, why would they? Like, I wonder if they have a reason to buy me.
No,
nope,
they should just.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that thought flutters out, so no worries about that. And yeah, what else would you like to do? everyone. Or please feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Strategize with yourselves, whatever it is. Be my guest.
I just kind of manage the helm and look expectantly at the rest of my friends.
I go look at buttons
Go for it.
that you would press to fly an airship.
Go for it. Do you press them or
Be
you just
sure
look
to
at them?
look with your eyes, dear. Look with your eyes.
I'm just
Kelp.
hovering over.
Kelp kind of like sits down on the floor against the wall and kind of just like is thinking, like she's like contemplating and she's looking at everybody individually and she's kind of like mad.
At everybody in the party?
Yeah, it's like not mad but like irritated. She's like looking around kind of like, you know.
Use the mic real quick and ask them to bring me an alcohol.
On
The
the mic?
captain's quarter.
Go for it.
Donegal Sam is just standing there, kind of like he's shook, I'll say, from the last thing, because he's lost two people that he's had a pretty big connection with.
That must have been really tough.
Yeah, and so with Ronald, he's just kind of going through like, how could I have done this differently? Well, I should have pulled him in. I should have stayed. He's kind of having survivor's guilt right now.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like Ronald was right that Donegal Sam was a good guy. He had like a lot of empathy with him, and that's probably exactly what you're suffering through.
Yeah, so he's just kind of like standing there, kind of 1,000-yard stare right now.
Makes sense. Good thing you have like a beautiful view with. Now you're above the storm clouds that you were.
Yeah.
Now you're
so
above
I
those
can
clouds,
see,
so now it's sunshine.
Yeah. So 1,000-yard stare, I can see 1,000 yards in case anything is in front of us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Azuki, did you want to get on the PA and order an alcohol?
Yeah. Yes.
Be my guest.
Tap.
Kelp
If anybody would be like willing to.
And you hear a voice.
Honey.
I'm this is Jackie. Jackie the dwarf.
Can you just bring me like 10 alcohols?
Are you the tiefling girl from before?
Yes.
From earlier this morning? Yeah. Sure. Just so you know, my left arm's broken from the crash landing we had. It's in a brace, so I can only bring about probably 5 with one of my arms. So.
Grab someone else to bring you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. I should have thought of that myself. I'm sorry for not thinking of that myself. One second. Hey, Johnny, can you help me? Okay, cool. Okay, we'll be right up, ma'am. 10 alcohol. It's coming right up. And then you can hear him click. And then he's probably on his way.
I go back to looking at the buttons. And just cover my fingers over them.
Not pressing them, but just covering them.
Kelp kind of gets up and like kind of like sneaks up to Hux and leans over and is like, hey, I think you need to go talk to Sam. Like, I think you need to like have like a bro moment with him about what just went down.
I wonder if there's any way he can come talk to me so I don't have to let go of the helm.
I can steer the ship. It's
I
fine.
know, it's an artificer thing. It's a control issue. It's me, it's not you.
Like Kelp just like throws her hands up and says, okay, fine, all right, fine. And she walks over to Sam and kind of like doesn't grab him by the shoulders because she doesn't like to touch. She's just like puts her hand on his shoulder and then is like, hey, go talk to Hux. And then just kind of stands there.
We could talk. Why
Oh,
can't you talk to me?
well, it's just I'm really not very good at this kind of stuff. I don't really talk people down. I'm more of like a hype lady. So if you just want to go talk to Hux about everything, that would be great.
It is a strength of yours, but like you're very strong too.
Oh no, I know I'm strong physically, but emotionally I got a lot of stuff to work through. So if you don't mind dumping some of this on to Hux, that I think is gonna be your best option.
Kelp, I'm kind of frozen in place here. You can stand here and listen. I'm probably just gonna talk to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll listen. And she like in like solidarity to just like she's frustrated but she wants to like connect. She like does like a half shift and her ears turn into horse ears.
Has any of this group seen you shift before? You can
No.
say yes or no.
No.
No. Got it.
Oh
So
wow,
this is new
I've
for all
never
of you.
seen you shift before.
Okay, if we could just get past that. I'm being charming and I'm being nice. So you want me to go away?
No, please stay.
Okay, well then
Please
talk. I'm all ears.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Can I like just hover my
I think
hand
you mean
over
see
the
what I did,
ears?
Mayor?
Oh, 1 second. What were you saying, Azuki?
I'm just like hovering my hands like over her ears.
So if you know, so horse ears they each rotate individually like a chameleon dies. So every time Zuki does that, her ear kind of like, and they have like strength to them, right?
Yeah.
So her ear kind of like bats at Zuki's hand, and like it kind of has like a small like whip action, and Kelp kind of like tosses her head like an irritated horse, and her hair kind of like fruffles up a little bit.
I just pat. Sorry. Just go back to the buttons.
Nice. Hux, what were you gonna say earlier?
Oh, I was just making a pun.
Oh.
She said, see what I did there, and I said, don't you mean see what I did, Mayor, with an M?
Oh.
And like how like between Sam and Hux, if I'm close enough, and let me know if I can, DJ. I like kick out my back leg to kick him in the ass, and so that he can like kind of like stumble as he makes a terrible pun.
Is it hard?
No, not hard enough to like move him, but just kind of like, hey, shut up! I'm trying to do your job over here.
Go for it. Yeah.
Trying to kick.
If it's not
Okay.
enough to damage, then no roll is needed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got kicked in the booty, Hux.
I maintain altitude. But I do give a little...
Kick the guy driving the giant wooden whale in the sky.
I think I make that noise. I go, ooh!
Okay, Sam. What can I do?
Everything you just showed me now would typically make me barf in laughter. But I don't know, it just I'm going over the past thing we just did and Ronald, and I can't. I know he was just a robot, but we had
He was so much more.
He was. I really felt like we could have saved him. I could have done something more. Like, I'm a wizard. Like, I should know.
As a wise teacher of mine once said, I say from across the room, listening to his ruminations, don't should on yourself, friend.
And also, like, if that happened to any one of you, I will probably go evil.
Oh.
I'm just saying. I don't want to go through that again.
That's
Like-
a really beautiful sentiment.
Kelp kind of feels this derailing a little bit, and she's just like, okay, all right, well, we're all here for you, and we're all here for each other, and don't worry, we're not going anywhere. You know, back when I was in the orphanage, and one of our friends would get adopted, and we'd never see them again, we would all get in a circle in the attic, and then we would talk about our favorite memory of that person who is now out of our lives. So if you would like to think of just like the Earth is now adopted Ronald, you want to tell us your favorite memory of Ronald?
Yeah, let's do that right now. Let's everyone circle up.
Oh, can we circle up around the helm? Is that doable? It's
let's-
important. It's important.
Can I grab like a side
an
of the
airship.
helm and like just stay with you?
Take my hand. Take my hand. I can do it with this one hand.
Do you
But
circle
somebody
with
else is gonna have to hold my wrist.
Azuki, do you circle
I want
with him?
Azuki here, and
Can
I
I
want
go
help.
inside the circle?
It's up to you guys.
I think that counts. That counts.
Okay.
No?
And just sit down.
It's just
Go.
Azuki's
All right.
inside the circle. Kelp, Donegal, and Hux are all circling around the helm and still steering the helm. So you're all kind of bundled up together around the helm, and then you hear a knocking at the captain's quarters door.
My alcohols, and I
So
He's
the door
out
opens, and it's Jackie and his pal Johnny, both dwarves. And poor Jackie's got his arm is in a sling because he said it got broke during the crash landing. So
Well, a lot of people got hurt, Jackie.
And
Yeah, Jackie, you're not special. Give us our alcohol.
I'm so sorry.
I have a feeling my father would agree with your father would agree with me.
I thought
My father might too.
Jackie, I'm feeling what you're feeling just on the inside.
Oh,
if that means anything.
Well, thank you, Mr. Sam. Well, here, Johnny and I got you all your alcohols. I put them all in these really cool clear crystal shoot glasses. Granted, they're not 100% crystal. They're I think 20% crystal and 80% glass.
How much do they sell for?
Well, I mean, you can't sell them because they're ours. They're Lyrandar. Lucius died out there, right?
Yeah.
Wait, Johnny, who's our boss? And Johnny looks at me like,
I don't know, dude. I think we're bossless right now. I think we should probably call House Lyrandar and notify him that Lord Lucius is now dead. And
excuse me,
he's
fellows?
yeah, you're right. I think we should probably report that.
No, fellows.
Yes.
So long as I'm flying the ship, I'm your boss. When you land, you can report it, and then you're bossless. But right now, I'm the captain of this ship.
And Jackie goes, yes, sir. But here's the thing, I mean this respectfully. Are we on your payroll now?
Oh no, you're still on Lucius's payroll. See? See?
But Lucius is dead.
I change into him. I say, is he? And I change into him and I say, I think that one visit to the bank might fix that once we land, don't you, gentlemen?
If you're a changeling, do you have access to his bank account?
Obviously, I have his looks. All we have to do is go into the bank. That's how banks
work.
work.
The bank just know that you're a changeling like me?
No, but why would they? Yeah, I knew that was coming. And I change back to myself and I say, look, that's the benefit of being a changeling and looking like somebody else.
You see, you probably would have tricked me if I had just seen you as Lucius from the beginning, but I just saw you change in front of my eyes, so I know you're not Lucius.
Well, of course, because I did it in front of your eyes, because you're my friend. What I'm saying is I can get you the money by pretending to be Count Lucius, Lord Lucius, whatever the fuck Lucius his name is. Excuse my language.
Lucius Lyrandar of House Lyrandar?
Yes, exactly. That's why I have you. And both of you have a captain until we land. It'd be very unsafe to report this now. Unsafe for everybody on board, including both of you.
Fellow dwarf, did you remember Ronald?
Yeah, I remember Ronald. I really liked him. He was
our
he was
circle.
Good Warforged.
Yeah,
Join
circle up.
Our circle.
Oh, okay. Well, we got dishes to wash back in the kitchen.
No, don't worry about that. That's an order. Circle up.
All right. Well, do you want your drinks here? Do you want to take your drinks before we get in the circle?
Not for nothing. This will be my 50th drink.
That's a lot, Mr. Sam.
You got there. I didn't think you could do it, but you got there.
Do you think? Sorry, but I just have to wonder. Do you think Ronald would have lived if you hadn't drank so much?
Ooh.
Oh man,
might be a little soon, Jackie.
Okay.
Let's just circle up quietly. Let's circle up
Like,
without
sorry,
saying
Mr.
every
Sam,
little thing
I'm
that
so
pops
sorry.
into our heads.
Kelp reaches over and not grabs, but slowly touches Jackie's broken arm and begins to squeeze silently, so as to not to draw attention that she's doing it. And then she lets go, and it's like we all miss Ronald. My favorite memory of Ronald was the sounds he made when he moved.
Oh yeah, mine too. Oh,
love that.
God.
I
Johnny, we better
enjoyed the
get
way
back to
he
the kitchen.
talked.
Hey, yeah, you're right. Hux, right? Changeling man, you're Hux.
Why don't you just call me Lord Lucius?
Okay, fine. You're Lord Lucius now. Sure.
And Lord Huxley. Isn't that weird and freaky? I love it.
I mean, you're a changeling, so it all makes sense. Okay, fine. I don't want my arm squeezed again, so we're gonna go back in the kitchen. Mr. Sam, I'm really sorry I brought up alcohol. And I got a little angry because I wanted Ronald to survive too. I apologize. You're probably hurting inside too. Johnny and I are gonna go back. Enjoy these alcohols, everybody. So then Jackie and Johnny leave the captain's quarters, and you're all left with 20% crystal glasses with all of your random, very clear glasses of alcohol. They might as well. They look like they could just be water, but you haven't tried it yet.
So just a quick question for you, Dash.
Yeah.
Would we all know who the Lord of Blades is, or would this be the first time of any of us even seeing an entity like this?
You know of him for sure.
Okay.
Like for sure. It's like hearing about Putin in this world.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
He's as real as Santa Claus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you talking about Putin?
Okay.
I mean, he is.
That
I mean,
checks
like
out.
he's like if Putin was like very open about taking over the world, like publicly, like.
So Putin is a great metaphor.
Well, I mean, if you were in the 1940s, he's Hitler. You know, he's literally Hitler. So yeah, you all know of him for
that
sure,
explains the
but you've never
Nazi
seen him before.
helmets.
None of you have ever seen him in person before. What were you saying, Hux?
I said that explains the Nazi helmets.
Yes. So you all have your alcohols. You're all at the captain's quarters. You're all pretty circled up together, pretty closely. What do you do?
My favorite memory of Ronald was, he was kind of my best friend for 2 days, aside from all of you collectively. So
We'll try not to take that personally. Friend.
yeah. So my favorite memory of Ronald was when he took my other best friend, Blue, and threw him off the side. I miss both of them. They're reunited now.
If they went to the same place.
They're reunited.
They hate each other.
Fuck you. No, fuck you.
This may very well be my last drink, because it's just apparently just gets us into trouble. So to our
you can hear outside Jackie going, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that." He's been listening.
It's okay, Jackie. We all ruin things sometimes. To our fallen, Slancha.
I sip my beverage and I hand the crystal to Azuki. Here you are.
Put it in my pouch.
I will miss most the way Ronald spoke. I enjoyed what his Warforged dialect did to language.
Yeah, really did.
It was charismatic.
So, you all sail for a while, and it's starting to get a little dim. It's been a couple hours. You all been in captain's quarters, and the sun is starting to set. It's very beautiful evening time.
Sam, do you have a cruise control spell?
You could try it.
Okay.
You can look at the controls to see if there's one. Because then again, it is an actual machine. It's just powered by magic.
Yeah. I was meant as more of a joke.
Or you could switch places. Do you have a plan of where you're going? Do you have a plan direction-wise? What were you gonna say, Kelp?
Oh, I was just like, no, he's not allowed to switch places. He has to fly the ship himself, because earlier when I tried to do that, he said he was an artificer and had control issues. So he's going to be controlling this ship the entire way to the school we were going.
That's right. I did say that. I was intending to stick to it.
Okay. Well, hey, man. That's, you get to pilot the ship. You get to pilot the airship. So you are responsible for many, many lives on the
I'm
airship.
responsible for the other 3 people here, as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a hoot and holler about the other people aboard.
Kelp is stretching out. She's just like, I might rest, you guys. I'm feeling a little peckish, a little like I have a lot of time on my hands. with nothing to do until we get to the city.
Perhaps we should see if they have any health packs for sale before we all get clobbered again. Is there a would that be the gift shop? Is there a gift shop?
There is a what the equivalent would be a CVS in one of the cabins that's down the hall from the main tavern. Basically, it's a shop to buy provisions for certain adventures.
I'd like to activate the PA system again real quick. Yeah. And as Lord Lucius, I say, attention, we'd like 8 health packs. Please report 8 health packs immediately to the captain's quarters. I shut it off.
Meanwhile, like Kelp has got one of these mini alcoholic beverages that were brought to the the helm. Is that what we're calling this room that we're in?
Captain's quarters. Yeah.
Captain's quarters.
Helm, yeah, either one.
And she's like sitting down and she whips out something very quickly from her backpack, and it's her my ass straw, and she just dips it right in, sits back, takes it, and she's just sipping, waiting on those health packs.
I'm playing my pan flute now.
Your
like lying on my back, just like starfish, just playing my pan flute.
All for Ronald.
Very nice. All for Ronald.
So Donegal,
beautiful
Sam,
memorial.
I think the best thing about this group and being friends with all of you is that we're literally avoiding talking about the crazy ass shit that we just freaking saw outside of the Mournland. We don't have to talk about it if we don't
I'm just
want
here to live.
I think talking about it is a very, very quick route to PTSD.
That's what grown-ups do.
Laugh it away.
I do believe that's the opposite. If talking about it really helps.
That's not what I've heard.
If it means anything, I've been outside the Mournlands before. I'm quite a fan.
Y'all hear that from her?
Ooh, tell us more.
I would like to touch it.
What did it feel like?
Cold. But I liked it.
What did you see?
Just faces. Well, I didn't go inside. Like, we saw, like, the outside of it with, like, all the bodies going, woo. They just look like somewhere I want to be.
Man, you couldn't pay me to go into the Mournland. I mean, that shit looks like a lava lamp with bodies. I'm good.
That's why I want to go in it. Imagine just going...
Just swimming in it.
That's kind. Bring some bombs.
So you hear another knock on the door.
Party.
Come in.
So
I say
it's
in Lucius's voice again.
It's Jackie again. So Jackie comes in again. He has like this like bag full of stuff. He's like, "Hi, hey, Mr. Sam, I'm really sorry again that I brought up alcohol, and it's not your fault Ronald died. I'm really sorry I said that. I've been thinking about it a lot today."
Jackie, come here close.
Are you gonna hit me?
No, I'm not gonna hit you.
Okay.
Come here close.
Okay.
Does my breath smell like eggs?
Yes.
Thought so. I should probably have some water.
Okay. Well, I brought up.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any health packs. I don't know what you're talking about, health packs. But there is some food that I brought that is filled with protein and healing attributes to it. So I figured that would be the closest thing to health packs. Maybe they sell them somewhere else in Corvair. I've never seen them. That's just me though. So
you brought 8 of these protein packs.
Yeah. I brought 8 of them.
2 for each of us, please.
Okay.
I take my 2.
Well, here you go. And he hands them all to you, and he also hands you all. Here, I also brought something that I thought that might help you all, because you're all going to Arcanix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one thing about Arcanix is, and I should know because I did a student tour of it. I'm working this job so I can save up for my tuition for Arcanix. Really want to attend there someday.
There's a headmaster there that gets really angry if you aren't presentable. So I have lots of bars of soap in here and some hairnets if you want to go bathe and not get your hair wet. And also, there's some razors in here in case, the men want to shave or the women want to shave, either one.
I'm growing a beard the long way around, Jackie. I will not be shaving.
Well, I also have some jaw brushes in here. Jaw brushes are toothbrushes in Corvair. There's some jaw brushes in here. And, just have at it. But I suggest you all... what should I say?
Are you telling me I smell?
Well, it doesn't offend me, but I know that Headmaster Lavishin will...
I stick my armpit in his face.
And it's just this wave of,
Jackie, before you go.
Body odor, and he's just, trying not to react at all. It's just like, okay. Again, there's lots of soap in this bag, and lots of protein packs, so feel free to indulge. What were you going to say, Mr. Sam?
Jackie, before you go,
yeah,
let me just impart upon you some sage advice. See, you're saving up for tuition, and maybe you'll get it, maybe you'll spend the rest of your life paying it off. And let me just tell you, this school, it's not going to stop you from what you are destined to be, okay? It doesn't matter how many times you wash, and it doesn't matter about this headmistress, who, by the way, you think she has the keys to the outside world? No one can fucking stand her, dude. No one. Everyone. She doesn't.
Sorry.
People know her, but they're like, oh, God, that person. She's not even magic. She's a piano teacher. She just was put on because she's an administrator and she's got administrative skills. So she's not magic.
Why would they? That doesn't make any sense. Why they would make her?
I know it doesn't make any sense.
Arcanix?
Yeah.
Well, if I want to become a wizard, what should I do then?
You gotta look within.
Look within? I don't know magic though.
Yeah, you do.
How do you know?
I know.
Okay, well, you can tell me more in the morning. I'm not sure if you... No offense, I'm not sure if you know what you're saying right now. I appreciate it. It's very flattering, but I need something a little more tangible.
Okay, I'm not going to stop you from going to school. Of course, you can absolutely get a lot of things out of school. I learned a lot about, dwarfen religion, but otherwise...
Well, if there's another way, I'd like to know. But I need something a little more real than just look within.
Jackie, boy. Jackie. You take care of that arm.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
Maybe I'll look up a healing spell or something. Do you know any healing spells?
Not at the moment.
Didn't you say you went there?
Listen, that's...
You're right, I shouldn't go to Arcanix.
Yeah.
What a waste.
You telling me, Jackie?
They can't even learn a healing spell there? Alright. You know what,
I've looked
Mr.
in my
Sam,
spell book.
Thank you. I feel like you've saved me from a bad fate, from a bad path. I appreciate you saving me from wasting years of my life. So, and riddling myself in debt. So, anyway, I gotta get back to the kitchen again. You all have a great night. So, I'm leaving. So, Jackie ends up leaving outside the door and closes the captain's quarters door.
Well done, Sam.
I'm not sure what I just did.
You proved your point quite well, Fred.
I take a bunch of the soap and I go find where I'm gonna take a bath.
How much do we heal if we eat the protein?
You end up healing. 1 second.
I'm gonna eat both of them. Depending.
I wanna go take a
Each
big
protein
bubble.
pack gives you 5 HP.
Well, I'll just eat the one then.
Okay.
I'm saving one for later.
I want
Yeah, I'll
one
say
too.
Oh, the protein packs? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So I think you each get 2.
We each get 2.
Yeah, I'm
yes.
gonna save mine.
Protein
should I put
packs.
in equipment?
That's a good thing to eat during battle.
You know what? I've changed my mind.
They're magic protein packs, by the way.
I can take a nap, a short nap.
Okay, cool. So Azuki's going to find a bathroom, basically, to bathe. There is washrooms outside of the captain's quarters down the hallway. There's a set of 6 of them. They're kind of small, but they're really, really nice. They smell like a nice sauna inside of all of them, too. And yeah, it includes a mirror, running water, and a place to bathe.
I'm going to use my thermaturgy and kind of shake it. Because I can do like light little tremors. Just so I can have like a jacuzzi.
Ooh, good idea. Okay, so Azuki's going to have
And I put a bunch of the soap in it too, so it's like
suddy and bubbly. A bubble
Yes.
bath, basically.
Yeah.
Very cool. Sounds like a great idea. So Azuki's having a nice jacuzzi bubble bath. And Kelp, you said you're gonna take you all have enough time to take a long rest too. Keep in mind, unless there's like some sort of a cruise control on the ship, or someone takes shifts, somebody does have to keep driving.
I'll drive.
Okay, keep in mind that so when you, like, in terms of game terms, there is penalties for in terms of exhaustion. So if you are exhausted, for instance, if you go without a night of sleep, what happens is that the first effect is this goes for everybody too. It's that way you know. And also, people who are watching, they don't know. This is the rules. Level 1, disadvantage on ability checks. All ability checks. So if you go without a night of sleep, you get level 1 effect. If you go 2 nights without sleep, its speed is halved. And disadvantage on all ability checks. Level 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws and ability checks, and speed is halved. 4 days without rest. Hit points maximum halved, along with all the other effects I just said. Level 5, speed reduced to 0 if you go 5 days without rest. 6 is death.
So I wait until everybody else has settled down. I stay at the helm. And then as soon as they're all nodded off, at whatever pace that takes, I get on the PA system again. I say,
The captain is requesting the 3 most experienced helmsmen to the bridge, please. Please report to the bridge. 3 most experienced helmsmen still on board.
Okay. Good
does
work.
anybody show up?
Also, have you designated what direction you're going?
I'm flying. I was trusting that you were doing that, dear.
Me? I'm
In Dash
God
we
in this.
trust. Yes. Well, we were
I
flying
don't
west,
exist
so
inside the...
we were flying west, and I know how to read the compass, so I had pointed us westward.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to know from where you wanted to go, which definitely could be west. So
Still headed towards Donegal's destination.
Okay, so bringing up the map again, so everybody kind of
yeah, I need to see that again too.
Yeah. So bringing it up. Okay, so where you were, so I have the map up right now, especially for the viewers. Where you were right now, if you guys see the word of Thrain, that's the country of Thrain, but the word Thrain, you were basically just the north east corner of that, between that and the Mournland border. If you were going towards Arcanix, see that big lake off to the left? Big circle-shaped lake, Lake Galifar. You have to go northwest towards Arcanix. Arcanix is literally on the bottom right-hand corner of Lake Galifar, so you have to go towards that way. So it's going northwest. Are you going northwest?
Yes.
Okay, I believe.
Is there a how does does the ship have any kind of a map readout? Anything for a cartographer?
There's a compass, and
so
you haven't searched for maps, but maybe there's maps. But there's there is a compass that is a stationary compass that's built into the dashboard that's right to your left of the wheel.
Okay, so I assume we know that this is a popular place. So I assume we know that the big lake is a feature.
Yes.
And I've got the ship pointed northwest, and do any helmsmen show up from my PA announcement?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
They might, though.
Well, yeah. So I'm just keeping the ship facing bow pointed northwest, and I'm looking out for a lake over the.
And Azuki
portals
is
there.
taking a bubble bath, and Kelp is. So did you already get Snuggy, Kelp, in the captain's quarters?
Yes.
Okay. What's Sam doing?
Okay, Sam feels a little better. He's still pretty sad. So he's thinking that what he might need to do now is rest. Because he's took some hit points, you know. He needs to recharge his magic, you know. He needs to take a long rest.
Yeah. So a full night's
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Cool.
Need to go find a place to just put my head down.
Do you go down to the lower level cabins to your sleeping quarters, or do you stay in the captain's quarters?
There's no bed in the captain's quarters, is there?
No.
There should be. What?
Not in that main, not that main
So
command center.
I wanted to ask it. Sorry, I wanted to ask that question too because we've called it both things, but the bridge would be where the helm is, and the captain's quarters would be where the captain has his desk and his bed and things.
Well, the captain's quarters on the
Kinda
ship is
combined?
basically the area where you pilot the ship. Where
Okay, so it's all one.
Sorry,
okay.
I wasn't specific.
No, that's all right.
There's
I
a
should have
hallway
asked.
behind it that includes washrooms and possibly sleeping quarters. So it's
okay.
all kind of like together, yeah. And
Okay,
like that's
so-
the very top like level of the ship is the command center captain quarters. Behind it, various washrooms, and there's more doors, so there's possibly more sleeping quarters if you check.
Okay, it'd probably be good if I went and stayed close to Hux and everyone else. I don't want to get too separated from them, so if I just go across the hall, find a bunk, and just sleep.
Okay, cool. So you're getting a long rest.
Yeah. Long rest.
A long rest. So you get Snuggy. And sorry, Sam. So you're still in that same level as the captain's quarters, right?
Yes.
You find
yes.
a sleeping room, which there is
Great.
about 4 of them, 4 separate, small but very nice sleeping quarters.
Perfect for a dwarf.
Yeah.
Small.
They're about the size
Yeah.
of a large dorm room. Not a suite.
Hey.
Not a suite like at Founders Jaws, but like a Kreischer dorm room. If you had it all to
Okay.
yourself. So anyway, college reference. So
college reference.
so basically, you are the only one awake now, Hux, and you also hear a knocking on the door very soon
Bless you.
after Sam left the what I'm calling the captain's quarters, and you come across a half elf, and he comes in. And he goes, "Hi, did you call for someone that can pilot the ship?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did, in fact, friend.
He seems very unfriendly, very tired. He seems very stern too, almost like a soldier that came back from war. And he just he's there to do his duty. He's not gonna complain. And he's like, "Okay, cool. Well, you can go sleep or whatever you want to do tonight, and I got it here rest of the night." So
What's my excellent? Well, I was just going to ask what my minimum requirement for a long rest is, because I do want to wake up and relieve him before my associates get up.
8 hours.
8 hours, excellent. I'll see you in about 8 hours, friend.
Yep, you're welcome. And again,
Thank you.
If you want to call upon me again, the name is Rick.
Thank you very much, Rick. I'll see you in the morning.
See you later. And then he follows you.
Oh, and I give him the instructions on headed northwest, looking for Lake. What's the name? Not Gallifrey.
Yeah.
that's-
Arcanix. I got it. Cool. And
Oh,
he
okay,
just
cool.
shuts you out
Just-
of the door.
All
and
right.
He goes back to the wheel. He's like, I know, I'm going Arcanix. So
As soon as he shuts that door, I do a little clap to myself, and then I go crash
cool.
in the same hallway as Sam.
Awesome. So Sam, Hux, Kelp are all tucked in for a long rest. Azuki, how are you doing on your bubble bath?
I decide that it's now my blanket. That is bedtime.
Okay, cool.
So I'll go wander around.
Wander around. Okay, cool. Where do you wander? Do you wander
Well, I
down
go-
to the tavern or out to the bridge or
Let's go find somewhere to sleep.
go find somewhere to sleep? Do you want to stay on the captain's quarters level of like the really nice sleeping quarters? Or do you want to go back down to your coach? Okay. So you can find, yep, there was 4 sleeping quarters. So you're taking up the last one. And it is basically was across the room, diagonal to your right from your washroom. And you get snuggy in there. And you want to take a long rest as well?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, cool. Then you all sleep a nice long rest for 8 hours. The first one that wakes up is Kelp. The second one that wakes up is Donegal Sam. Third one to wake up is Hux. Fourth one to wake up is Azuki. It is now morning. It is the sun. Each of you have very beautiful windows. Like, just, again, they look like crystal, but they may not be actual crystal. Maybe 20%, like Jackie was saying. But it just, like, the sun that comes in, it just beams very gently on you. It's very warm. And it's just so comforting, and it makes you feel so relieved from the terror that you felt yesterday, at least momentarily. At least it makes you forget about it right at the moment. If you had stayed true to Arcanix, which you can only assume you are because you don't have a map out right now, you are due to arrive in about 3 hours if you stay true. Kelp, you are the first one to wake up. What would you like to do?
I see Hux is in the same room with me, right? Or no?
No, you are all in separate sleeping quarters.
Okay, got it. Okay, but am I still in the captain's quarters, or did I?
So the captain's quarters, the way I designate is like basically all one level. You have like a command center, and then you have separate washrooms, and then you have separate sleeping quarters, which are basically fancy dorm rooms, and there's 4 of them. Each of you have your own.
Great. I wake up and I kind of stretch, and I realize that I didn't like turn my ears back before I went to sleep, so I do that really quick. I'm like, I slept with my ears out again. That's crazy. And I want to go check on Sam.
Okay, you can go check.
So
go knock on his door.
I go knock on his door to see if he's awake yet.
So knock, knock, knock.
Come in.
Oh, are you okay? I'm not gonna come in. I'm gonna stand out here just like I did a couple days ago. Are you okay? What are you up to? Were you sleeping?
You could come in. I was sleeping, and I am about as well as you could be.
Like, Kelp, like, opens the door and, like, doesn't peek her head in or anything, but, like, she just kind of, like, you can just see her, like, eye peeking through, like, a crack in the door. And, like, she's kind of, like, looking around, and you can, like, see her mouth pressed up against a little crack of just, like, what can I do? What do you need?
I say, I need breakfast.
Okay, breakfast is something I can do. All right. So she quickly shuts the door, and Kelp runs off to go find Jackie because she needs breakfast.
Okay, cool. So Sam, do you stay there while Kelp goes and finds Jackie for breakfast?
I think I'm just waking up, so I'm in kind of a haze.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's just gonna go and wander over to where he remembered there being breakfast the day before.
So he's morning zombie walking down to the main tavern.
Morning zombie with a U and as an ORNING too. Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Hux, you're the third one to wake up. What do you do?
Well, I wait inside my quarters until I see Kelp run off for breakfast, and then I slip back to the helm and relieve Rick, and I say, "Hey, go get yourself some breakfast, sailor."
So Rick is at the wheel, and he just looks as stoic as ever. He's about 6'3". He's a taller guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks over at you. And he goes, "Did you get your beauty rest?"
I did, in fact. I healed all of my HP.
Yep. But there's I bet you get hurt pretty easily, don't you?
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it, sailor. So he hands you the wheel and he goes, "There you go, Captain. I'll see you sometime soon." And he walks away and he slams the door.
I turn into him, but not until he slams the door shut. I turn into Rick. And I take the helm.
Morph and X-Men.
Yeah, and then I go, and as I take the wheel, I go,
I bet you hurt pretty easily, don't you?
but I do it in his voice.
The door opens and goes, "Excuse me, did you say something?"
I change back to myself really quick. No! Just getting the ship ready to land. We'll be there in less than 3 hours.
All right. He closes the door. Doesn't say anything.
I don't do anything this time.
Azuki, you're the next one to wake up. What do you do?
Well, since I'm still not familiar with everything in this area, I go back to the helm because that's the only other place I know.
Mm-hmm. At the command center? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're there with Hux.
Yeah, I just turn him. Are we there yet?
Not yet.
So I just sit on the floor. I take out one of the snacks. I think I still had a bagel with me, so
yeah, I remember.
I'll take out the bagel.
Nice.
Just eat it.
You have a day-old bagel breakfast. Nice. So Kelp, you went to look for Jackie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you look for Jackie?
I went to the common area, the place where we had breakfast yesterday.
Tavern, the main big tavern. Basically, it's a dining hall, but they call it a tavern.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're there, and where do you look? Are you at the bar? Do you yell out for his name?
Yeah, I just walk in and I'm just like, "Jackie, it's me, your friend. I need breakfast for my friends. So, what can we get?" And she's just like looking around for him.
Cool. So, Johnny comes out of the back kitchen door, behind the bar, and he comes out, and he looks like he's been crying. Like his eyes are really puffy. Not like tired crying, but like he is upset, and he's just like, "Hi, if you wanted to know where Jackie is, well, he's not here right now. He's not with us. Can I help you?"
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you can help me, that'd be great. I just need breakfast for my friends.
Yeah.
You look like you've been cutting some onions, so I'm assuming you've got all the stuff prepped. If we could just get like a buttload of food, that would be great.
Yeah, a buttload of food. Got it. Captain's quarters, right?
Yeah. Meet us there. You know what? I'll have like a alcoholic beverage here. You know, it was a rough day yesterday.
Yeah, we'll get you lots of alcohols and the stuff that you guys all gorge on.
Cool,
we got it. Cool. We'll get it for you.
Awesome.
And he goes back, and you can just hear sobbing from him and the other side of the kitchen.
Hard job.
Kelp just is like, she's just chilling. She's just like tapping her fingers on the bar. She's humming. You know, kind of looking into the little kitchen window if they have some. Like, have one. Like, okay.
So in the kitchen, you could see Johnny, and you can also see the same tiefling dude from before, and he's giving him a big hug, like a big hug. Johnny is crying. The tiefling dude also looks really upset as well. He's not as broken down as Johnny, though. You don't see Jackie anywhere.
What the fuck? What are they doing? Why are they hugging? I need food. They're having like a friendship minute, and I need. Do you guys need some help in the kitchen? I can start carrying stuff back to the captain's quarters if you need like.
So immediately, the door just like it pushes. It's one of those like folding doors, like the swing doors, and it just pushes forward towards you. And it's the tiefling dude. He goes, "Hey, we got it. We're gonna be upstairs for your food right away. Okay? Cool. Can you meet us upstairs at the captain's quarters, please? We're dealing with something like really tragic right now. So we'll get you everything that you want, and if you want more, we'll get it for you too. Please give us 5 minutes."
Are you dealing with something tragic? You know,
Yes.
A little appreciation for me and my party
You're a
for saving
great-
everybody last night when we saw
Great
the
customer.
flippin' Mournland. We landed there. Now you're back in the air. We're heading to where we need to go. You know, a little appreciation would
thank you.
go far with me, buddy.
Which is why we're not going to charge you at all for your alcohols.
Okay.
But please
Well,
give us 5 minutes.
Okay. I was planning to argue, so I'm sorry.
You are the best I've ever served.
Wait a minute. I feel like you're being really facetious. Are you gonna charge me for the alcohol?
You are the coolest shifter I've ever seen in my entire life, and you will not be charged at all.
Kelp throws her hands up and goes, "Okay, fine. Bring the food to the captain's quarter. I gotta go check on all my other friends, okay?" And Kelp just like storms out, and she's like huffing. See, I can't believe they talk to me like
Cool.
that. I'm gonna tell Hux.
You're awesome. Thank you. Best customer ever.
She runs up to the captain's quarters, and she sees Hux is awake, and bursts through the door, and she says, "Hey, you're not gonna believe what these little jackoffs said to me. They're complimenting me, but in a really weird way, and it was awful. I feel attacked."
Well, we'll have a stern word with them when they come up.
Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
No,
Well, food's
there's
on the
no
way.
need for that. Good.
So 5 minutes
Excellent.
pass.
Thank you, dear.
They come up with all the food, like just this feast. It's the tiefling dude. It's Johnny. Johnny's like, his eyes are really puffy. He's not crying at the moment, but you look like he can burst in tears at any moment again. They have a few other helpers with them, other dwarves. Again, no Jackie. So
I asked where Jackie is.
What's that?
I asked where Jackie is.
Which one do you ask? Just any of
I
them?
just say like, "Where's Jackie?"
And one of the dwarves they go, he's not with, and he immediately, his mouth is covered immediately by the tiefling dude, and he looks at him, he goes, "He's not working right now. Can I help you with something?"
I was just wondering because he give good alcohols.
Jackie was the best. And then Johnny immediately starts crying again, and he leaves immediately. He leaves the command center of the captain's quarters immediately. He starts bawling again. So now you have this huge feast all around you again. Lots of alcohols again, early in the morning. Lots of alcohols, and you have like bagels and sausages and pancakes and toast and chicken biscuits, and you have lots of fruit, lots of orange juice, lots of great coffee. Just tons and tons of breakfast food. Also hash browns. What do you do?
I lean over to Kelp and I say, "Sounds like Jackie slept in tonight and didn't show up for his shift."
Man, he is really gonna get it when he wakes up. I
Well,
mean,
it's a
have you
good
ever-
thing I'm not his boss.
Wait a minute. I think you are. Oh. Okay, alright.
Here's the thing. I'm still wandering the cabin, aren't I? I'm not with them.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just wandering around looking for food.
Because you went down to the tavern too. So you went into the tavern basically right after Kelp left.
I also forgot to put I'm still in my bed clothes.
Yeah.
I think I didn't actually get dressed. I think I'm just like wandering around, kind of like going like, "Where's the coffee? Where's the coffee?
So you
Are
look
you
around.
coffee? What's
and you keep looking, and you're going inside the tavern. You look around the bar. Again, it's strangely like, it's probably because like all this shit that happened the day before with the crash.
Yeah.
Like people are just like scattered and disorganized right now, the staff. And behind the bar, you look around the bar, and underneath the bar, you see Jackie, and he's curled up underneath the bar, just laying there.
Jackie boy.
He's very still.
Jackie boy.
No response.
I try and wake him up. Jackie boy.
He rolls to the left.
Okay.
And his eyes are just like... just dead wide open.
Does this follow me everywhere?
And he's not breathing.
Does death stalk me?
Meanwhile, Kelp looks at Zuki and Hux, and she has her straw and her beer and her
The my ass straw.
food, the my straw, and she goes, I think we're the hero that this group of people needed to save them from utter demise. I think we're the heroes that they needed at the
Zuki.
time that they needed.
I feel like they're very reluctant to have any heroes here on this ship. It's very strange.
No, I think that they needed it. I think we're here for
Oh,
a
I
reason.
think they needed it, but I don't think
He's
they
like-
wanted it. You know what I mean?
Shoving lettuce into her mouth and like talking with her mouth full.
I'm disagreeing with every single word you say. It's like
So in Jackie's hand, that was grasped in his left hand, you look at it, Donegal Sam, and in his hand is a parchment, and it only has one thing written on it. It says, "You're welcome, Headmaster Lavishon," period. Underlined very boldly. That's all it says. And that's where we'll end our session tonight.
What?
oh shit.
Okay.
It was a very genuine reaction.
I was going through my spell book and I was like, it's probably a dark spell for resurrect dead or something. There isn't anything available to me right now. That's probably more of a sorcerer or a warlock. But
So you can ponder that for
Yeah.
the next session and wonder what could that mean, and maybe your backstory. I don't know, and everyone else can wonder, how it affects them too. So anyway, that is the end of our session, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Barrel Braids, for moderating. We really appreciate it. As she said, hi friends. Thank you for joining today's adventures in Eberron. Thank you. I'm seconding that for sure. Again, another quick shout out to our sponsor, or not our sponsor, sorry, our partner, Green Fox Woodworking. Again, they make these awesome dice trays. Go check them out at Green Fox. I'm getting it on my camera. Green Fox Woodworking LLC. You can just go ahead and Google them probably, and see Azuki has one, I have one, everybody's gonna have one soon. Excellent dice trays. You can take 15% off with the promo code JourneyPunks, all one word, all caps, JOURNEYPUNKS, and you can have 15% off of their standard dice trays. So check that out. They're a great company, great people that run them, and you can also enhance your TTRPG experience if you have a D&D campaign just like this. So anyway, with that, let's go ahead and make a round of some solo plugs. Zuki or Kuhnoodle, can we start with you?
I stream art under Kuhnoodle on Twitch, so you'll find me there. I'll probably stream tomorrow, so
Yeah, check out
9
Kuhnoodle.
Central Time,
Yes.
PM.
And also, just so everybody knows, Kuhnoodle did the cover art that's
I
underneath my
did.
square, right there. I commissioned her for it, and it is excellent. So yeah, are you still open for commissions, Kuhnoodle?
Yeah, I'm very open right now.
Excellent. So if you're looking for some awesome fantasy art, hit her up. And follow her on Twitch and check out her stuff online. And Winged, anything from you?
Oh boy. other than the fact that I'll be going on vacation in a few days, which is like, I'm plugging my happiness for that.
Check out her vacation.
I mean, not going on, no plugs for me yet. But my boyfriend is doing a charity drive at the end of the month on April 30th called the Whackathon Packathon, where he's going to go all day and open packs of trading cards, old from like the 80s up until like newer cards, and he's going to be doing he's going to go all day opening packs of cards, raising money for charity. You can look him up at RichCammy on Instagram, and he is also looking at getting the Twitch up and running for that as well. So
cool. That's awesome. I love that name. That's an awesome name. And also, for everybody knows, Winged's a fantastic improviser and comedian. She's usually super duper busy non-COVID times and doing awesome shows around the Chicago area. So you may not have anything to plug right now, but you are a rock star in the city and all around.
I will eventually when the world gets back to normal.
Yes. Oh, thanks, Barrel Braids, for plugging Kuhnoodle's Twitch channel in the chat. So, listeners, viewers, check that out. And Jay, anything from you, buddy? Plugging anything? Again, no pressure. No pressure from anybody.
No. Listen. I'll plug something. Hey, I still that thing I wrote a month or two ago, The Cure for Sleep. It is still available for you to listen to. It's a spooky, scary guy. And also, I wrote the exact opposite of that for a podcast sketch show. It was technically for a class, but I don't know what's going to happen with it. I'll give you more information once I know.
Yeah, man.
And find out where I find out.
Totally.
I wrote a couple sketches and performed in a few others. So.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, man. Yep. Also, everybody's super creative here in this group, for sure. And last but not least, Jurassic Jaws. Plugs from you, sir.
Well, you can catch me weekly on my Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/Jurassic_Jaws. There are links to all of my other creative endeavors there, but the one that I highly recommend you go check out is spacecadetsradio.com. And I'm a creativity streamer, so I try to externalize my own creative process. There are games, of course, but also always looking to encourage the audience to do the same. And I also give writing lessons and act as an editor and proofer. So if you're interested in that, you should hit us up either in our Discord at Journeypunks or catch me on one of my streams.
Yeah, definitely. Check out Jurassic Jaws' stream. Join the Discord Journeypunks, which is in our profile. And it looks like Barrel Braids also plugged the Jurassic Jaws Twitch channel as well. And also, if you didn't see it, Winged, if you whisper Barrel Braids a link to your boyfriend's charity drive, she'll probably go ahead and post it. So thank you, Barrel Braids.
Awesome. Yes,
and
I will do that.
also, and Barrel Braids also plugged the spacecadetsradio.com link in the chat as well for the listeners to go ahead and click on. And for Jay's work mentioned, please check out the link in that Barrel Braids posted for the podcast on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much, Barrel Braids, for posting all those links. We really appreciate it. Also, last thing for me, other than the Journey Punks campaign online on Twitch, you can also find it on YouTube. There is a theme song that's being composed right now by a good friend of mine, and that's going to be with the podcast version of that pretty soon, so more news for that to follow. But in the meantime, check out the other videos we have here on Twitch. We stream every Monday and every Thursday. We'll be back with another D&D night, not next week, but the week after. We do D&D every 2 weeks, and then in between weeks, we do something called J-Punk Junk, which is basically a talk show podcast about these nights. So stay tuned for that. And other than Journey Punks,
I personally myself, Dash Gierhart, do a podcast. It's a movie review podcast called Screen Slurps. I do it with Adam Meisner, who is the composer of the said theme song I was talking about. And we review new, old movies, foreign movies, indie movies, bad movies, anything. We just love movies, and we come out with new episodes every Monday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and just about everywhere you can find podcasts on the internet. And yeah, you can check that out. And other than that, keep watching Journey Punks. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it. Another round of applause for Barrel Braids. Thank you so much for all the support and moderating. And also to these players, these awesome role players, thank you so much. You all are hilarious, great, inventive, just super present and awesome to play Dungeons and Dragons with. So thank you. So other than that, I think we're gonna go ahead and close out. Oh, thank you, Barrel Braids, for putting the screen slurps. Yes, slurps. Slurps. Yes. Slurs. And there is Winget's charity drive that she mentioned in the chat as well. So check that out. And we're gonna go ahead and do the ye old closing out screen. So bye, everybody. You'll probably still hear us in the ending screen. Bye. Stream ending. Now transitioning. I think they can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Cool. What's everybody's favorite middle name?
What?
What's everybody's favorite middle name that you've ever heard, whether it's yours or someone else?
I
Barrel Braids
always-
is K.
I always love it when you have like a person with like a really normal name. Like, let's say their name is like James, and then their middle name is like an ancient name like Thaddeus. Or like Edward. Like
Andromache. Talthybius.
And you're always just like, whoa, and you go by James? Like, what are you doing with your life?
It's like kind of like being named James Tiberius Kirk.
Yes.
Why would you go by Jim? Why would you go by Jim?
Yeah, go by Tibby. Tiberius.
Old Tibby.
Jay, what's your favorite middle name?